All righty.
Hey, you got 200 people on
What?
YouTube. 200
Yeah,
likes.
we hit-
Did you make a personalized address yet?
No, we have the personalized with 100.
Oh, I thought it was 200 you needed.
I'm just trying to get anything.
Oh,
at this
so yeah,
point.
geez,
You know
I
what
didn't
you
know
should do to get subscribers? Just say, like how we did the Avengers one, if you want another one, every 100. Or like every 50.
Yeah, we do that.
And then if people really want it, they'll bug people to subscribe.
So we are live with
good
things that were not cool in high school. We had a little intro there. That was nice.
Oh, I was gonna play the Avengers theme.
No, we're definitely not doing that. We'll get flagged
We'll get
immediately.
sued. Yes.
No,
Why don't we just hum it?
It's actually only 25 seconds long, and
You can get
30
away with it.
seconds
Yeah,
is the cutoff.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we have a lot of Avengers stuff coming up. We have this tonight's episode, and we have a Bangin' Beers coming up, which is kind of cool. Please, while you're here, hit that like and subscribe button. So we did some research. I did some research the past couple of days, and our channel is doing very, very well when it comes to views. We're getting hours like crazy. So to get monetized, so we can actually make some money and start getting better equipment and do cooler things, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on your channel. Watch time, we're close to 9,000.
Really? Oh, shit.
We're only sitting at 200 subscribers, so we need to get that closer to that grand.
Yeah.
We need over 9,000. Yeah, we need so the subscribers. So if you do tune in, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not always already subscribed, it really helps us out.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost nothing.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through some news. We're gonna do like our normal spiel and keep our format. So we're gonna talk news. We're gonna talk what we're into, what we're playing, what we're watching. How I'm stepping on a microphone cord.
Oh my.
And then we are going to get into a very intensive endgame talk.
I was gonna say, please say another movie that came out this week that's like no one cares about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any.
We're gonna talk very heavily of the new movie that no one's seen.
Isn't it romantic?
Yeah.
It came out on Vudu yesterday.
It was phenomenal. Yeah.
Starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
We are going to be very heavy spoilers here. So if you have not seen, a little burp in there. If you have not seen,
turn it off at that point.
Endgame, we will give you the hey, this is going to be the spoiler section. Turn off now.
Yeah.
10
Don't blame us.
Yeah.
10-second heads
So
up.
do not
don't
get
blame
mad at
us.
us. So, but if you are someone who is like, man, I seen Endgame and I can't talk about it with anybody because all my friends haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, then yeah.
This
Just
chat
watch it
is
with us.
this chat's going to be amazing.
Man,
And Alexis,
if you
hey,
haven't
what's
seen
going
it
on?
yet, go see
If
it.
you haven't
God.
seen it and you stick around and it is spoiled for you, do not come find us.
Yeah, that's your fault. That's
this
your fault.
is your fault.
All right. So first order of business, we're going to take care of stuff at home first. So we have two awesome interviews coming out tomorrow and Friday. First one's going to be tomorrow's interview is going to drop. Is going to be Mahatango, awesome local band in the area, like an emo punk pop type band. I love it. It's kind of like that old school, like teenager cry boy, sad boy music, which I love. I'm a huge
I
fan
like
of
the
it.
first Betrayal album, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. And then Friday, our interview with Andrew Hubachek drops. Did I say that right? Hubachek?
Yes.
Hubachek drops on Friday. That was a phenomenal interview.
Really?
And
It was a good time.
all the people who always comment and told me, Nikolai doesn't talk enough. Nikolai doesn't talk enough.
Watch out. I host.
Nikolai takes over
He
the
starts
interview. I
talking.
still talk, so don't sit there and think I'm going to be quiet all the time. That's impossible.
Yeah,
But
clearly.
But I do. Nikolai,
Uh-huh.
he takes the full, and you'll see on the background our awesome Fry Rag shirt.
Yep.
Nikolai's rocking a Fry Rag shirt.
As always.
I got the snap. We got a little another fin.
Oh, yeah, right.
I did
Berserker.
Berserk, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's all right.
It's an anime.
Tony
He's missing
doesn't
out.
Yeah.
know.
Facebook page just broke 1,500 people
How
today,
about that?
getting close to
Wow.
1,600. So the likes coming in are amazing. Another cool trick: if you guys go on your Facebook and hit invite friends and hit select all, you might have to do it a couple times to get all your friends to go through, but that really helps. So
Some people, they just go, okay.
Yeah.
They
I actually do it for. So people get messaging me like, "Yo, can you please stop inviting me to other people's pages?" And I say, if that's a problem, I do apologize. But my whole thing here on this podcast is helping other people get exposed. So I'm going to share other people's pages. That's what I do. First, another quick news: 1 billion tickets so far sold for Endgame.
Really?
So they are doing
That's
a very.
I seen that thing. It was the 1.2 billion they made, with counting China and everything.
Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
over 1 billion.
Yeah.
So all the news we get comes straight from our Facebook page. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about or cover a little bit, like share it on the page or let us know about it. Our own Andy Header. This is a little bit of a mix with wrestling.
Oh, we can't talk about that.
But we had a really cool crossover photo. Mortal
Oh
Kombat
yeah, how
style.
about that? I was gonna make it, and she beat me to it.
Yeah, she seems super cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. So if you get a chance to meet Nyla Rose, meet her.
Maybe we can get
Maybe
her,
next up,
maybe we can get her to call in.
Yeah,
We
probably.
should mess her like, hey, you
Yeah,
wanna call in?
I'm sure she could.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'd be excited to talk to her.
But that picture is pretty sweet. We took that on the Ryan Race, my manager, I was filming. I was like, oh boy, it probably sucks. I'm like, this picture's awesome. There's enough upper like above us to like put stuff in. Like,
Yeah,
this is
That
great.
was cool.
Yeah.
People see the NASA shirt in the background. Actually, Andy's blocking a little bit. There it is.
Yeah.
We posted that. That is for as a special
Hey,
guest for a guest coming in. And it's going to be there's a significant meaning to the shirt and who the shirt is for. So
Buzz Aldrin?
if you have any
Is he-
ideas,
is he
guess
still
who it
alive?
would be.
Do they themselves know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they-
I gotta talk to you about the beer list that we have to curate for that guest. So,
Just that joke.
That's a different guest.
I mean-
That's not for a beer show.
Do you have a
oh,
NASA
I
beer?
thought it was.
Because maybe
Maybe
Space
I
beer?
might. I do have a space
So was
beer.
1.2 billion a world record for an opening?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's probably close.
A trailer dropped that's kind of have a lot of people talking. Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
I didn't watch it. This looks too
I did
weird.
watch it.
It's interesting.
I've never really played the games growing up. I mean, I played a couple here and there, but I
Okay.
don't know enough about Sonic.
Yeah.
Well, he
to,
gets a
like-
lot of powers that he
to-
does not
to
have
want
in
a
the video
movie.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, it was just a kid's trailer for an iconic game character that I know of.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I wasn't super like,
Yeah.
I know people are like in an uproar and stuff, but I didn't really see anything. Like, I do feel bad though.
Jim Carrey
for
looks cool.
The main actor, because they seem to recast him in the same roles.
No.
The last movie I saw him in that reminded me of this was Hop.
What's Hop?
Oh,
It's,
that was the
oh,
CGI Easter
The
Bunny
Easter
movie.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it seems like another one of those
Yeah.
kind of things where like
I think
This
a Sonic,
animated character shows up.
yeah. A Sonic movie maybe we did a much better in 1995.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
still.
Well,
you know.
honestly, that's kind of like I have a friend who said, I'm kind of interested in like seeing this Dora movie, and I'm like, I feel like
Yeah, actually, that trailer looked cool.
It looked bad.
but like the following for Dora, I don't think's there anymore.
No.
So
Which I think is kind of cool.
yeah,
I mean,
I
I can't say that to him. very
Could
well.
you imagine?
no, but
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to be a detective movie.
wow,
There's a
there's a monkey.
there's a thief
Pokemon in
a
it?
thief on the loose, and this guy has to go and solve this mystery, and the only way he could find it is the one character who's seen the whole crime happen, but he can't talk, but he has to put his paw print on every
Oh.
clue till he finds out the mystery, and we get
Blue's Clues?
an adult Blue's Clues.
I was gonna say this is Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Make it happen. The Blue's Clues movie.
See that I would go see the Blue's Clues movie.
Because only the main character in Detective Pikachu can hear Pikachu speak English. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
think-
but he can't even hear Blue talk.
Oh, really?
So no,
I didn't know
that's
that.
the movie I would make.
oh,
So Blue would have to be like, "Yo, check
Oh.
this out. It has something good here."
Isn't that the guy that got arrested for?
No, that's all fake.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
well, no, it was the big couch guy. One of them got arrested for something.
Yeah, it
What's
might
the
be
big
the
couch?
couch.
The show with the guy had a big. Was that Blue's Clues?
No,
No,
It was a real big couch, and that guy was like
I was
underage
gonna say when you said that, I
sex or
was like,
something.
sounds like a whole different program.
No, it was a
Big
kid
couch.
show.
yeah.
Was it black?
Firefly Funhouse.
We have a cool video on our page too from Good Day PA. Cody Wiley live in studio again. He will be on our show, so go check out that live video. Give it a couple shares for Cody. We made a video. It's up to 156 views on our page, on the one page. I don't know if that's total views. I think it was higher before, but we'll see. But we made a little trailer
Did you
for.
share it or did you post
Yeah,
it?
I shared it a couple times.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's just for the one views
It
on
might be.
this. I don't know.
Uh.
But we made a cool little end game trailer to promote our Bang and Beers episode that's going to be Marvel related. If you're interested, on May 6th in Lancaster, Crowbot Possible Band will be playing. I will be there, so you can come check
At the
check us out
Chameleon
there.
Club.
Was that on
Yep,
Monday?
at the
I've
Chameleon Club.
never been to Chameleon Club.
It's a fun little
Yeah,
place to
I love
watch.
that.
A coworker of mine, I helped her make a page called Creepers in
I
the
know
DM.
that's pretty good. She's pretty funny on there.
Yeah. So a lot of those times she'll get a message like, Tony, I got another creepy message. And I'll just feed her lines
Oh, really?
to talk to the people.
That's cool.
So I do some of those messages I do and contribute and help out, but she does a very good job on her own as well.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in what looking at Facebook posts, some of them may be adult themed,
Yeah.
but she gets random messages from people all over the country, and she just
Yeah,
has
because they see single girl and they're like,
yeah,
"Oh."
and
Are they blurred out like the names?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, they're real creepy, so they
like
deserve it.
if obviously if they're just being polite, she'll say, "Oh, this was actually a really polite one,"
Yeah.
but she doesn't blur the names out. You're being a creep, you should get called out on it.
I mean,
So what makes here? All right, so maybe not all the time that they're not creepy, but if you were messaging the girl and your first thing is, "Hey, beautiful, how are you doing?" and she says, "Good, I'm breastfeeding my grandfather," and your next line is, "Cool, can we talk?" You're being creepy.
Yeah.
Like she obviously gave you like
A
the
goofy
weirdest,
line, yeah.
the weirdest thing of all time.
What
So
if
play out
it
of
might
that.
be a joke. It might just be to see.
But then she'll follow up with another wacky thing too.
Yeah, so
then.
she'll just keep feeding them the most ridiculous things, and they're just so committed to talk to a woman.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
that's a little different.
Yeah, you can see
But
that.
like if
so the one I contribute on this guy, we're gonna say he's from an Indian country,
Bob's and Vagine.
which some of them are probably just try to get scams, try to get you money and stuff like that. So this guy messaged and the whole nine, and I messaged her saying that I was 45 years old and she's not 45. She doesn't look it, but we just we messed around her whole time saying that she looked like she's old, but she said that she's 45. Said that she was married, but her husband's dead. And like, oh, I'm sorry, how'd he die? And I said he fell into a wood chipper after I found out he was cheating on me. And I said it was crazy because he fell in the wood chipper. It sprayed him all over the house. It took forever to clean up. And they're like, well, do you have any kids? And I said, I have 3 kids, but one's dead. We took him to see Spider-Man, and he jumped off the roof and died. So and then I said, I have a photo of my child and my dead husband if you want to see it. And he said, sure. And I went on his profile. So the first thing I do is I always look at their profile, and he had a weird picture of a guy with no shirt on laying next to a baby and someone taking the picture of the baby. And I took the picture from his profile and sent it to him saying it was my dead husband and baby. And he goes, they looked very, very nice. I bet they are really nice people.
So he just made a random profile.
So that's not being creepy. That's just an idiot.
Yeah,
So-
well, sometimes they are. They're
Yes.
creepy.
Creepy
Yeah.
idiot.
Yes.
And she
then-
does say her name is JM on it. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so she hides her identity, but not theirs.
Well, she says it's JM.
JM. She used her
So-
initials. I don't think she's not opposed to.
Yeah,
saying her
I'm not
name.
gonna blow her spot. Keep
Yeah.
the fade, brother. But
I don't know how I feel about it.
Well,
Like I feel like if you have the sake of being anonymous, I feel like they should too. No matter how creepy they are.
no, if someone sends you a solicit dick pic, I think Facebook should encourage that.
yeah,
To be like,
I
hey,
agree.
this creep is sending dick pics and I don't want it. And Facebook will be like, you know what? Normally we don't like dicks on Facebook, but we're going to let that slide because that person should be outed.
But there's also a report and block button.
Sure.
yeah,
Just-
you do that too. But you gotta.
But they don't learn their lesson that
But
way.
yeah, see, these guys will keep doing it.
Okay, so let me tell you this though. Yes, they keep doing it, but why do they keep doing it?
Because they're
It-
creeps.
No. I can almost guarantee you that it has worked.
Never.
No.
Oh no?
Girls don't
People
want dick
do
pics.
not keep doing things if it hadn't worked once. I'm not saying it works all the time, but I'm saying if it works once, even once.
That doesn't even make any sense. So like, so
I don't
you could,
think-
that's like putting your hand through a candle and the one time it doesn't burn you because you go fast enough. It's still not smart
so,
to do.
All right, we'll switch it up. Not a dick pic or anything. You go out to the bar and you want to talk to somebody, right?
Yeah.
And you hit on them. That line works once. Do you possibly use that every single time, even if it fails, because you know it worked that one time?
Well, that's the problem. You're so weird. Like you're so.
Yeah, but
obsessed with
what the line is? Hey,
If
can
you're
I
so-
see your
if-
your vagina?
Yeah, but what if that worked?
yeah,
What if that worked?
Well, what if
you
you get
say that line and they immediately are like, let's go have sex?
All right.
Do you
Now-
continue to use that even if you get turned
But
down?
what if you get punched in the face 49 times out of 50?
yeah.
There might be people out there that are like,
I am sure there is. But
49 out of 50,
This-
I got one.
this happens a lot in the wrestling world with guys sending creepy messages
Yeah.
to wrestling girls, and they put it out there because they don't stop. They'll
Right.
say, "Can I buy your underwear?"
Right.
Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
see, that's extreme.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
And
just saying,
A
like,
dick pic's not?
yeah.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Wow.
Nikolai
Wow.
sends.
Yeah.
Nikolai sends.
No,
dick
no, no.
pics. I'm joking.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it had to have worked. I'm not going to be
I would
fully
s-
behind.
I don't know. I don't.
I
agree for all
know
of
the
them.
angle that you're trying
Yeah.
to get at.
Yeah.
If it, I
I
get
still don't
the
think- I
angle,
still
but
don't think it's
still though, like
justifiable.
you
I'm not
can't-
saying we would do it, but I can guarantee you that if someone got a random dick pic, they would respond and be like, all right.
I always said the best. I tell girls, just go on Google, find another dick pic, and send one back.
Yeah.
And if they're into that, then tell me you have AIDS.
But God forbid you never see a female like messaging a guy and nobody puts that on blast.
No, because it never happens.
I wonder.
And if I say, hey, can you send me this
Have
photo?
any of us got a creepy message from a girl?
No. Where
A
are you
creepy
at?
message. I've never in my
Why
life.
aren't you home yet?
Yeah.
No, I have gotten weird messages.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never gotten one. So that's 1 out of 5.
Yeah. So it is a possibility.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
I'm not saying this is those guys' cases.
But listen, if you don't think it's a double standard, you're crazy because there is a double standard.
Yeah.
For me, if I have someone, say if I have a female who's coming on to me, and I've talked about this before with other people, but if I have a female coming on to me, I'm very hesitant to say, "Are you coming on to me?" Because they can quick throw the line, "No,
No, you coming on to me?
are you coming on to me?" Like, so what I do is I pull this move. I'm like, they're like, "Oh my God, hi, we should hang out. I like you," and I go, "Cool, yeah, we can hang out. Maybe my wife will come."
Yes, but how do you test that for people who are not married?
Yeah, well, people that are single, most guys that if a girl messages them they're single, they're gonna go with it, do
Yeah.
something. You know,
Yeah,
Maybe.
I know at one
I'm gonna say
point,
most, unless she's a troll. You know,
Yeah.
like if I'm interested in a girl, what I find out, I like kind of like I'm lying in wait until I hear, oh my boyfriend, oh my girlfriend, because I assume it.
it's
after
okay
that,
to
but
ask.
that's the waitress theory.
Be like,
That's
"Hey,"
weird.
yeah. But here's the thing too.
I don't be
But
weird
if you
about
sit
it,
back
but-
and sit on your hands, nothing's ever gonna happen for you either.
Right.
So you got to make moves, but you just got to be. You can't be a.
The moves can't be here's my dick or
Yeah.
or,
Oh no
or
way.
what color
Are
underwear
they
you're
your
wearing
space
tonight.
pants? Because that's asses out of this
Yeah.
world. Like,
But the creepy messages are creepy.
Or that ass
Yeah.
is intergalactic.
I say make fun of them guys.
yeah, I agree.
Or they'll
No,
never stop.
I get it.
They'll never
No.
stop.
Yeah. Persistence is key apparently to them, so that's why it
Did
works.
you see the Hulu shows? A Ghost Rider Hulu show was announced, and a Damien Hellstrom. But I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, it's Robbie Reyes who drives the car, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, meh, ain't gonna watch it.
2 podcasts to look out for. Terry and Merrick's. Am I saying that? I hope I'm saying that right.
Let me see.
That's the podcast Alco Politics, or how I can never say it. That's the one that Sarah Cartwright's on.
Alcoholics.
Alcoholics, that's
Yes.
it. And then they have another one called Getting Blitzed,
Oh,
where it's like a whole
this seems
sports,
to be a theme here.
a whole sport, and that one's a sports theme.
Oh,
So they obviously mix what they
Uh-huh.
like and beer. I
Hey.
like it, or booze, whatever they drink.
yeah.
So go check those 2 podcasts out. They
What's
are
the other one called?
Getting Blitzed and
Okay, Alcoholics.
What
What a name.
Um,
Politics. That should be a tag team.
Terrain Myrics.
Terrain Myrics. Thank you.
Is it-
Earthworm Jim, new game in development.
I try. You know,
For
I'm
what
trying to get the
system?
old ones.
I think it'll just be like an arcade
Yeah,
classic.
I would
for all
say
of it.
yeah,
So-
downloadable.
Yeah.
Actually, I was reading a little bit of that article. It's like the Intellivision's coming out with another system, and then have like a write up then too, like overall from.
I feel like at this
or
point,
Tel-
if
no,
you
Tommy
make a
Tallarico.
comic,
wow.
if you're gonna
A
be
classic?
like, I'm gonna jump in the console system war right now, you better come hard.
Unless you're
because-
making a
swinging
classic
too.
all in one, like
Yes.
Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah.
because
No, I
you
agree.
it's just you're not gonna mess with the competition
There's
now.
3 of them. Do you
Yeah.
really want to be the 4th?
Yeah.
Like if there's 3 guys hitting on a girl, do you really want to be the 4th?
Yes, because you might be that winner.
It's not even.
Yeah,
it's not
but-
even the. You,
But if they're all doing really good,
you're the 5th at this point because
Yeah.
because most people are like, I'm not buying a console, I'll buy a PC.
Yeah.
And then
Even
a
Atari's
PC.
trying to come
Yeah.
back too.
and then,
so-
yeah,
No one's buying that.
yeah.
I'm like, I know.
They have no chance.
If Xbox 2
Oh,
comes out
Okay.
or PS5 comes out, are you gonna buy the Atari system over a PlayStation or an Xbox?
Mm,
All right.
I'd
Most
say with
people,
specs,
no.
but
People, the collectors, yes. But
So
yeah.
what if they did this? A new game system comes out, no name that we know of.
Mhm.
They buy the rights to all of these games, but instead of $60, they put all their brand new games at $30. Are you gonna go out and buy that
so
system?
kind of like doing like an
that would,
AEW.
yeah,
AEW.
that would help.
What's their starting price of their system?
the
yeah.
same as everybody else.
Probably not.
It's just the games are cheaper. See,
I would
I would
yeah,
buy
I
that.
would wait till it goes
But
down.
no, I mean like everything would be.
No,
cheaper.
I still wouldn't. Only
It's the
because
same quality and everything.
I'd have to see with the online service and stuff and how the interface. I would be hard right now to go. To
That's
turn
like when
yeah.
Xbox One came out. I hated the interface. Absolutely hated it.
It,
It got a lot better.
yeah, they have changed it
Yeah,
dramatically.
but that was awful.
I'm gonna be the anti thing of this show. Just
Yeah,
so you know.
you know what?
We're going down that
You
road.
say up, I say down.
Anti-hero.
yeah.
Mhm.
The new Borderlands game. They released a lot of cool content for it. Looks pretty cool.
Does
I
that have a
wasn't.
name?
It's just Borderlands 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna buy it, but my brother is back in the Xbox scene and he's gonna buy it, so it'll probably be a good game for us to bond over while he's overseas, like doing his thing.
Yeah.
This weekend, or it might be this weekend or tomorrow or Friday. It might be Friday.
I would probably
Friday.
assume Friday.
Zac Efron's Ted Bundy movie comes out
Ooh, cool.
on Netflix.
That's
So
cool.
if, check it out.
Interesting.
I know this has been in the news a couple times. I don't even know why I shared it because I think it's but I just wanted to see what your thoughts are and maybe the chat. Marvel fans are saying that Deadpool should take over the cameo roles for Stan Lee.
Here's what I gotta say. Would you rather that than a Deadpool 3?
That's how I would.
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
want the other guy.
No, you want the Deadpool movie.
There was a cameo Easter egg in Endgame that I want to bring up too. Remind me of
Who's
that.
the other guy?
Jack Kirby, he's also dead.
How about Jack Kirby getting a little bit of love in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's
There's none of the classic. It's all newer people.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they could
And-
replace it
yeah,
with somebody.
yeah, like
No
Stan Lee's
spoilers
like,
yet. We'll get
no,
to
he's
Endgame,
like
yeah.
the ambassador for Marvel. There's no one currently like that.
Yeah.
That I mean, there's a writer, but they want to.
I would throw. It's like
put his picture here and there.
Yeah.
his picture or
Don't make Deadpool. Why would you want to relegate Deadpool that when you can have a movie?
Another Detective Pikachu trailer. They show us a side duck in this one. Saints Row the movie is in development.
Oh, I love Saints Row
They're
1,
fun.
not so good. 2, really good. 3, awesome. 4, okay.
Yeah, and then an acquaintance, we'll say, friend, old friend. Not sure how to really go about this one. This was a tough one to share for me, but our mutual respect was their mother. Who was an amazing influence on my life, and she was amazing, and she passed away of cancer last year. And they did a really cool cover for her, Boys to Men, the Mama song, which is an amazing song. And Isaiah Little did a great cover of it. So go check that out. I heard it and immediately brought me back to her. And I was like, it made me feel a little better. So that was it. It brightened my day. So that's the news we have on the page.
Well,
So go check all that
on
stuff
the
out.
You got some news.
Oh,
I was
you
gonna
got
say,
other
I have some news.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you got something.
Because we talked about Beetlejuice last week.
Yep.
The Tony nominations did come out, and they have 8 nominations.
Really? And it's not
for
even an
the
official show yet, right? Because
Well,
it's still
it
like-
just ended previews last
Okay.
week, so they are in full show now.
I would
Wow.
feel if they didn't
Uh,
pick it up at this point with all the nominations, they
Yeah.
would be absolutely crazy.
Wow, that's really good.
A cast recording has been announced, but I'm just gonna read through the awards that they are nominated for right now. They got Best Musical nomination, Best Actor in a Musical,
For Beetlejuice?
yes,
Okay.
Best Book of a Musical, Best Costume Design, Best Lighting Design, Best Scenic Design, Best Original Score, and Best Sound Design.
Wow. I think the set designs look pretty good. From all
Yeah,
the
they were
pictures.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they're funny enough. The day
Not
right
for
before-
kids though, right?
Yeah, definitely not for kids.
Yeah, 18 plus.
But the day before these nominations came out, some guy, I think it was in the New York Times or something, he put a 1-star review on Beetlejuice and was like, "Don't go see this.
just
it's
to-
not kid friendly," kind of thing. Because Beetlejuice says "fuck this," and he does like a line of coke on his arm and all this kind of
Did
stuff.
you watch the movie?
Yeah, and I was in,
The same
but he
guy-
really loved Lydia.
Oh,
But he
okay.
like bashed on the set and the actors and all this stuff. And most of the stuff he bashed on,
What
all
it
are
was for.
nominated now. So
It seemed like he just wanted to dislike.
yeah.
People
Yeah.
go into stuff.
But
they want to
Also,
dislike.
when I see reviews like that, it turns me around and says, I can't wait for 10 years of Beetlejuice on Broadway because that one review is going to be like, well, can it really be that bad? I need to
Yeah.
go see this.
Yeah,
But I will confirm it is not that bad.
it looks good.
It's a 4 or
I'm
5
not a
star
musical guy,
rated
but it
show,
looks pretty
in
good.
my opinion.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Anyone else have any quick news they want to cover? We are close to the 25-minute mark. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
on a good pace here.
I mean, unless you want to talk about the giveaway.
Yeah, has,
Why
I mean,
go into that?
well,
'Cause
no
I
one,
don't have no news.
we have 2 viewers right now. So here's what we'll do.
Well, it'll be later.
Yes, we'll put the question out now.
Yeah.
And the first one to comment the answer. So if you watch at a later date,
Mhm.
but if you're live, you have a better chance.
Yes.
If you watch the Andrew Hubachek interview, the pre-interview, you have a chance to win
Not this.
the
Yeah.
Zelda pin from Fright Rags. This is a $12, $13 pin.
Yeah, usually pens are a minimum of $10.
So
yeah,
this is
it's a $12 pin on their website.
so this will, and then we also have
The gauge pin,
the gauge pin.
which will have a separate question.
We'll have 2 questions. So Nikolai's first question. What would your first question be for the Zelda pin?
So for the Zelda pin, during our interview for the box, we talked about pets. What was Andy's turtle's pet name?
Andy's turtle's pet name. So first comment wins the Zelda pin.
And these pins are they have
They're the
two,
enamel ones.
Dave,
Yeah.
you are
enamel
not
with 2
qualified for this.
and they stay
As
on.
being part of the show, Dave Martin, you are not
You know, I gotta bring
eligible.
up I
Automatically
keep forgetting the
disqualified.
Ash vs Evil Dead pins I got for free at Comic Con.
Do you
And
want to the gauge pin?
yeah, and for the gauge pin, our question
Wow.
is in 1994, what horror movie specifically, did Miko Hughes play in?
Okay.
Now,
So
is Miko Hughes the guy that played Gage?
Yes,
Yeah,
he is the guy who played
Nico Hughes is the kid who plays Gage, and he was in another horror movie in 1994.
I mean, he was in a lot of horror movies,
Yeah.
but I'm going to choose 1994 because that's one of my favorites.
So,
I have no idea.
yeah, so they're the 2 questions.
They're cool pins. I
So
like these.
I will
pins.
show you as what it is without that.
Oh, okay. Wow. How about that?
It's probably the one I think it is.
Yeah. I won't say a word.
I'll probably forget that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're the 2 questions. First comment.
They are
in
nice
the,
pins.
In the
They're
chat,
very nice.
you win, and you only can win one. So if you're live and
Yeah,
you,
you win
smash
one,
both of
you're
them,
disqualified from the other.
And I feel
Yes.
like before we go to Endgame, I'll throw those questions back out again, just in case we have more people in that missed it the
enough.
first time. 'cause
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't rewind
Fair
alive.
Yeah.
So
alrighty. What are we playing, watching into right now?
I'm watching him play.
Unfortunately, I'm in the same boat as Andy.
No, I said I am watching him
Oh,
play.
you are
Yeah,
watching.
yeah,
play
yeah.
now.
What-
Oh.
what
I'm
you-
not-
Are you housing? Is that what you're-
yeah.
That's probably a term for something dirty somewhere. It's working on your house.
It was just that, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I got done my living room finally, stripping the wallpaper. I know I'm being lame at a podcast, so, but we're getting there. It's just a matter.
When are we
of
moving in?
When? I don't know.
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Jesus
Yes.
Christmas. I would already have.
20,
I would have been in day one.
Yeah, I would
Day
have
one.
been like,
I
That's
know.
me.
I'm in a room and I'll just work on the rest around it.
Once I got my apartment, when I moved out of my house, I moved stuff immediately. I slept there like I think the second night.
Yeah.
Second night.
I would've
was
been
been
already in there.
Well, it was
Don't worry,
funny.
it's gonna be well worth
Yeah.
it. You know.
When I got my first apartment in Bloom, when I was
That
in
freedom.
school,
That freedom.
we had no power.
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't set it up right.
Oh.
So the guy didn't come, and he was not supposed to come until like that Sunday or Monday. And I came in on like a Friday. I slept in the dark. Like, I just,
Sleep in the dark anyway.
yeah.
no, I mean like I stayed in a dark apartment.
Yeah, like he got up and it's still there.
Yeah.
Is that,
I had like no internet for like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this
it's
is
that opportunity of freedom.
Yeah, I love it.
Take
I love it because you can put that there when you live by yourself, and it won't get moved until you move it. That's
Yeah.
my
Right.
favorite thing.
Yep. So, what are you watching or playing right now?
Okay, yeah, She-Ra season 2 came out on Netflix, but it's only 7 episodes.
Okay.
And I was like, what? But I think they're gonna do part 1, part 2, because that seems to be Netflix new thing. Sabrina's doing that.
Yep.
A couple other
Okay.
shows are doing that too now.
Mhm.
So I watched the first 2 episodes. It seems pretty good. Like, but there's no new characters yet. My one friend said he watched all of it. And there's no new characters at all. I'm like, oh, okay. It kind of feels like it's like a lateral move, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. If you like season 1, you like season 2, She-Ra. Oh, someone said something there.
It's Dave.
It's Dave.
Oh.
He's like, I want to win the goddamn pins.
Oh.
Dave is sitting right over there. People.
Yeah.
And then to get the trophies, because I like to get trophies, because I have them all on Xbox, because I was more a 360 guy than PS3 guy. I'm playing Lollipop Chainsaw, and I am almost done it. And I'm trying to get all the trophies for that.
Oh man,
Nice.
So
that's
yeah,
cool.
I love it. It's a lot of fun. The soundtrack is awesome for that.
Is that the one with the pervert?
Yeah, the pervert.
The pervert achievement.
Yeah. And for PlayStation, you get a bronze trophy for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
so-
just figured while we're talking, this was the episode of Creeps at the beginning.
But it
that
is
would
directed
be-
by James Gunn, so it's like
Yeah.
it does have a cool feel to it. So I'm gonna try to get made trophies. I think I can get all of them.
Wait, what?
What?
James Gunn?
Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
that's why it has that
Yeah.
cool feel to it. I think why the music is so good, because like Guardians has good music too.
So, watching, playing anything?
So I've been following. Well, I finished The Flash, season 5.
Ooh.
The new episode's supposed to come out tonight, so
Yeah.
I do have to wait for that, unfortunately, to finish my season. I don't know how many episodes they're going to have, but 19 of them were available right now. But I did on Saturday get to go see BT's latest production, Every Brilliant Thing. It is a one-man show,
Ooh.
but I thought it was pretty cool because the way that it works is you're sitting on stage, and Richie Canaday is the actor. And before the show, he comes out and gives people different note cards and stuff. And the whole show is about this giant list where, like, if he says, first thing on my list, it was number 1. Whoever has card number 1 in the audience yells ice cream.
Okay.
And ice cream happens to be what it was. So, but then he'll randomly pull audience members to be people in this guy's life that he's
Oh.
playing.
Yeah.
So he pulled me up in the beginning. And at this point in the story, Richie is 7 years old, and he has this this dog who in our world was a purse. And I played the vet. So he told me that I had to put his sick dog down. And he gave me this pen, and he's like, just come over and stick it in the thigh. So I walked over, and I stuck the purse with the pen. And he's like, that's not the thigh. And I'm like, I just started laughing because I was like, where's the thigh on a purse?
Yeah.
And he's like, now listen, you're laughing at a 7-year-old kid when you're putting his dog down. We're starting over, kind of thing. So he made me go back and take the pen again. So this time I walked up to him and I covered his eyes and I stabbed the dog. And he made me pet this purse for 30 seconds. But later on in the show, it fast forwards and stuff, and they're at his wedding. And the audience is the wedding. Like everybody who's at the wedding and stuff. And he makes this reference of like, oh, the people in the wedding, wave to him. And he makes a comment to his bride and says, you invited the vet? And I just wave, and he's like, open bar, I guess, right? And I was like, yeah, open bar. It was a good time.
That's cool they put the people in there.
Yeah. So
it sounds funny.
It's a different kind of show than people are used to, especially at the Bloomsbury Theater Ensemble, because they don't do on stage shows too often. But it was definitely enjoyable to get to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Bloomsburg is a BTE?
Yeah, it is the Bloomsbury Theater Ensemble.
Yeah.
So,
BTE, Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble. Yep. So we let me turn that up just a hair.
hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of volume here. So yeah, I've been watching. I think I have like 3 or 4 more episodes of it left. I've been watching. I started Umbrella Academy.
I heard it's good.
It's awesome. It's really, really good. And I downloaded the first volume of the comics as well, because I have on Amazon Prime, so I have Comixology,
Okay.
or however you say it.
Yeah. Comixology.
Yeah, Comixology. And so I got the first volume for free. So I watched Umbrella Academy. I really recommend it. And then I've been watching The Act. So that's, I think, the newest one. The last one comes out today, Wednesday.
Tonight. Oh, so they didn't just put all the episodes out?
No, it's every Wednesday. So I think the last one's tonight. So once I watch that, that'll be caught up and I'll be done with that. If anyone here in the chat is like, oh my God, you're not going to talk Game of Thrones?
No.
I seen it.
I'm behind.
Did you watch the new episode?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I did.
All right. So if we can have an episode of Game of Thrones, or if you want to come on as a guest and we can do when Game of Thrones wraps,
Yeah.
I will sit here, even though it'll spoil everything for me because I'm so far behind.
So
but that's the rescue run.
This won't spoil anything.
Yeah.
The Night King's face is different in this season, and facially, he looks like Tommaso Ciampa. I was gonna make a thing, put him together.
Really?
The whole episode, I'm like, he looks like somebody,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get him. Like, he looks like, I'm like, it's fucking Ciampa.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not putting back the way I make the meme. I'm like, oh, so that doesn't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know wrestling or Game of Thrones.
And then video game wise, I've downloaded some stuff, but I was starting to play Vampire,
Monster
and I
Hunter.
just haven't had time to play video games.
You know, I don't know what's next on my list for brand new. Probably Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of old games to go through.
Yeah, I haven't played anything in a while.
Cool thing about the new Mortal Kombat, they actually break down like frames and everything else. They make it like extremely detailed.
Really?
Since with it, they've been getting huge tournament presses.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, yeah. Like they show you like each frame, like which punch like hits,
Yeah,
like
how
at
it
a
comes-
certain
yeah.
timing. So like if somebody's doing like a high kick, you know exactly what to counter with. It's pretty wild.
And everything.
And they're really taking the time and
Wow.
effort to do all that.
I don't like when
So-
it gets to Street Fighter. I don't like the competitively Street Fighter fight because you have to frame count, and I believe that takes the fun out of playing a video game.
Mhm.
Frame count is every 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm like, nope. I just want
And
to.
there's like frame cancellations.
Yeah,
and
there's
that.
all
You
that.
should see some
That's
of these
too
guys.
in depth for Street Fighter. So that's why I kind of like Mortal Kombat more.
Yeah.
By the way, you can make your own costumes now. Well, it's like did you play Injustice 2?
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't played it yet.
Oh, but you can get equipment pieces and change how your character looks, and change
Oh,
colors
wow.
and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's
And there's stats on them too, except for when you're playing player versus player. But you can turn that off. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
you do that more
You really
powerful.
gotta go to like an actual fighting game tournament, because like if you go like to a couple of them like I did,
Mhm.
like the whole community is really awesome. Like they'll remember you, like even if you show up like 2 years later. Like that's how cool they are. And like one of the guys that one of my buddies played against, they were doing money matches and they can make some mad money. And there's like
Yeah.
some like exclusive parties, you know, hot video game chicks that were, you know, guys were making like $100-$200 within like a half hour. You know what I mean?
Just
Like
for fighting fights.
just doing the fighting games and people betting and all. But Yeah, I mean, one guy, he actually got featured on the Disney Channel. He was playing Street Fighter 5.
Really?
He's a Dudley player, so he's one of the boxers. Oh my God, he's phenomenal. And then it's like the one guy got dusted, and it's like it was no contest.
It's crazy because them guys just all they do all day is practice that character all day.
But
It's like,
he's good.
wow.
He's all right, cat. He's all right, cat. And it's like, oh, you got the final boss, and they like put like a cool like leather jacket on it too. It's like, hey, I'm the boss. Hey, it's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
I'm done.
I'm done now.
I'm done.
I'm done. There's no other shows or nothing that came out.
And I was almost gonna mention
She-Ra. Did you
She-Ra.
watch season one?
I watched season 1,
Mhm.
and I didn't get a chance. I watched a little bit of season 2, like only the first episode.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up to you.
First
I'm like,
episode's a
did
little
you
slow.
watch it?
And then
Did you
second one's
watch it?
pretty good. Swiftwind is so over the top. That's her horse, right? And he's a
Okay.
horse that gets powers, that he gets wings and he can talk. He's a unicorn then.
Yeah, just a regular.
But he's basically a
horse.
drunken college dude. And he just runs in, he's like, "Hey, Shiro, woo!" And then one like sitting around at a little like what do you call it? A table with a bunch of chairs and stuff like that,
Mhm,
having
mhm.
a meeting about what they're gonna do with the horde and bad guys. And so he's like, "I want a chair. How comes I don't have a chair?" And he has this weird voice, and he's like, "Hey, Shiro, you know what make this adventure better? What? Loop de loops." And he keeps flying in the air like this. And he's just
That's
so
so
over the
funny.
top. I'm like, he doesn't even really fit, but it's so funny. He's my favorite
It's
character. now.
corny.
All right. So here is your warning. From
Oh,
here.
here.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
Try
Let's-
those
yeah.
first. I won't eat them. Now, this is from my Tokyo Treat Box. They're mayo and pizza flavored
you
chips.
got a whole box?
Yeah, I did, but I opened it the other day, started eating stuff. But you guys can try. I hate mayonnaise, so I will not try these.
I don't
So
know if I've ever had
mayonnaise, really? Oh,
Yeah.
mayonnaise
I
and
feel like you
pizza.
have to try.
See right here, this says, oh, I probably can't see it. That says may and yo. So mayo.
I feel like you have to try a small chip.
No, I can't. I hate mayonnaise. I will not try it.
Like,
I'll give it a
will you
go.
throw up?
It might make me gag. I just absolutely hate the taste of mayonnaise.
That might be funny though.
How does it smell?
Ugh.
I don't like hot stuff, and I had two of those
It's-
still tickle
It
ones.
smells rich.
Like
Do a
if
small
you
chip.
guys hated
Wow.
something, I wouldn't make you eat it. Like I absolutely hate mayonnaise.
All right.
That and vinegar.
It smells like one of those shrimp puffs.
I
that
think
we
it smells
ate.
like beef jerky. It smells like big.
It's like shrimp puffs and beef jerky.
it smells like
yeah.
shredded beef jerky in a whole can.
Not bad. I don't know what mayonnaise tastes like, so I can't
Really?
weigh in on
Creamy egg sour.
that. It tastes
ranchy.
creamy.
Yes, I hate cream. Oh.
There are very few things that I do not like. That is one of them.
Really?
I would not
I
have
did-
another one.
I mean, I'm gonna
Dave,
give
tell
it
me
a
one of
fair.
these.
I'm gonna get a fair shot. I'm gonna do 2 of them. I'll give it a fair shot.
I don't know. I'm like one of the pickiest eaters I know. And
I would not
I have
eat
no
chips.
problem
Really?
with that. Yeah.
I would not do that again.
This
Okay.
is the pizza mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not
This
eat
is
that
from the
again.
Tokyo Treat Box, and if it's just pizza, okay. But not all mayo.
Here's something else crunchy. What else you got?
Oh, this one's good.
All right.
It's not bad. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, eat them.
Enjoy your.
Okay, so we're on Kit Kat. So if you need a drink, you gotta get a drink or something.
Oh,
Watch that taste
shit.
out of your mouth.
In that, just grab me any interviews company.
I feel like I've had that flavor of something.
There's
and they
iced
just
tea in
get
the
marketed
fridge.
as
Really?
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it's because it's a little rich. Why I don't like
Really?
it.
That's
Honestly,
like
it's like a weird like tomato paste flavor,
Okay.
but it was like
What?
really
Yeah.
the top 5 flavors
Cheap.
I hate.
Pringles.
Yeah,
Mayonnaise. Okay.
No, wait, no.
Oh.
What's the? Is it
Can?
Pringles?
Yeah, Pringles is the can.
Is
Yeah.
it can?
Now, if you
The cheddar ones.
Okay.
And then when
kinda-
you can come back.
It might be that flavor,
Hang on here,
but I've definitely had this flavor before.
but like to me, like
So pizza, mayonnaise,
thank you.
chips. I think we all give a thumbs down to that.
I mean,
I like
think
it.
I'll do
like
here.
it.
I'll do
I'm,
here.
I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm with
I mean,
Tony on
there's
I
a
eat 'em.
lot worse things in life we could be eating from Japan right now.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah,
one's not
true.
worse. So it's Kit Kat. And remember I was talking about the Sakura, the cherry blossom?
Yeah.
Well, how about you pick Sakura and sake and put it in a Kit Kat?
Oh, I'm
Now,
thrilled for
I've
that.
had the regular sake Kit Kats and they were delicious. And I'm no sake drinker, honestly.
Did you eat any of these yet?
No, I hadn't even opened it yet.
Oh, all
So
right.
Sakura, cherry blossom, and then that's what that says. It says Japanese and sake. So we're all gonna try one. And these should be. I think they're gonna be really good.
Was there a Pepsi in this one too? They said, right?
No, I got it was a Fanta. It was yogurt banana.
You good?
I didn't try it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of flavor Pepsi, what do you
Lady.
expect Pepsi lime?
It's lime, mango, and mixed berry. And I tried to
So we
order
got
them,
to
and I
say-
couldn't
We
order
gotta
them.
save one of these for Heidi because she actually does like sake.
I don't know what sake
wait,
is.
is this sake? What is that? Is it sake?
It's cherry blossom, and let me tell you, they stink. It smells like booze. Smell that.
Yeah.
That smells
Yeah,
like
yeah.
booze.
Oh, never mind. Not sake. I was thinking something.
Let me
else.
say one for
I
it.
was thinking
Oh
soy
wow, they
sauce.
smell.
Is
It smells
sake
more
the
like
stuff that they
soju.
Dude,
spray in your
smells
mouth
straight- It
and
smells like
hibachi?
straight sake.
Yeah. Now the sake ones smell like booze, And these ones, no,
So
these are
actually,
cherry booze.
When you smell it, it doesn't have the sake smell. It's very it has
It's
the
very
blossom.
yeah.
It smells like a urinal cake.
That's a great thing to put in my head after. It
It
smells like
does.
piss.
No, it's like a fresh urinal cake.
fresh
That's
out of the
gross.
cake.
You're a psychopath. Why didn't you break it in half?
That's gross.
You're a psychopath. Oh my god. Ugh.
That's
Yeah,
really
I
gross.
think that one missed the mark.
I honestly, it probably didn't. I just don't like the taste. If
You know
Ja-
what? It
if-
reminds me of paint.
If Japan says they're gonna make something taste like something, they nail it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to.
That's like the one time Abomination made this beer called Egyptian
So-
cigarettes,
so
and it was like somebody put like a whole bunch of cigarette butts and like pressed it all in like in the can. Guess what it tasted like? It tasted like fucking
Oh
cigarettes.
god.
So
So
it was like the weirdest fucking beer I've ever had.
it does taste a little bit like cherry and booze, but together to me, I taste spray paint. Like when you spray paint and you smell it in and you get it in
Yep.
your mouth.
I just ate a.
Spray paint.
I feel like
spray paint.
I felt like I just ate a flower.
Okay, now I'm gonna order the regular sake ones. I don't know when to get them. They're delicious. So I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
I don't think these are that good.
straight
It
sake?
also doesn't
Yeah,
taste
the sake
horrible
flavor.
though either.
Floral
No.
and boozy.
That's
That's how I can go.
I will
That's
agree.
terrible.
Spray
but this smells like straight booze. When you
Uh huh.
smell this bag, it smells like booze. How many?
So I have a
What's the
I
percentage
have a
on that?
question.
Yeah. Who knows? It's from Japan.
So those sodas that have the marbles in them,
Yes.
There's a lot of
Ramen.
numbers on there.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
so they make gummies
Oh,
for those, right?
Yes. Yes, they do.
What is the
I mean,
clear one?
The clear one is like soda flavor. So like Sprite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had a pack of them,
Mhm.
and I opened them up,
Only those
and I
ones that don't
swear
get
they
free
taste
box.
like warm bubble bath.
Really? Oh god.
warm bubble.
But I
the
wasn't
gummies?
deterred from it. I just kept eating it because I was like, I like that.
I had the gummies and the ones that are more chewy that are like a
This would never fly in
licorice
America.
consistency.
Oh, what? No way.
and
Sure,
they were
like
good.
Chinese restaurants.
Did you guys ever
Japanese
have
restaurants.
like
Ugh.
did you guys ever have the Italian candy that's filled with booze? Like
No.
hard candy. Like they
Ooh.
fill it up with brandy, gin, whiskey. Yeah, they do a whole
You know,
bunch
if
of
you
them.
if you put this out and you put a can of spray paint on it and it said spray paint flavor, people would be like,
I'll
it
taste
is,
that.
It is.
Is that all we have for snacks?
Yeah, that's all I brought.
So what's
Um,
that thing called again?
Boozy urinal.
Oh,
cake.
ramen candy. So Ramune. There's probably a ton of them.
That's-
These aren't the sake ones are good. I think these are. Okay,
I think they-
okay at best.
That's
I
terrible.
think they kind of like
One out of
overdid it
two
with
ain't
the
bad, but I
floral.
think you're 0 for 2 tonight, Tom.
That's terrible.
Oh well. Hey, you have nights like that.
It's unique.
Very unique. I'm cultured for trying it, but wowzer.
Is this the soda one?
That's what it looks like.
Ramen gummy. Yeah, that's soda flavor, which
Okay,
is basically Sprite.
because that one tastes like warm bubble bath.
Oh boy! Now I've had that, and then the thing was you'd mix it with a strawberry and a blueberry one,
Okay.
and then like if you put them all together, it was like fruit punch or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. So that says ramen gummy.
Like a
Yeah, that's like a- yeah.
coupe.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna order those.
do we got anything else?
I like warm bubble bath. Hopefully, well, mine were expired because I got them when I worked at FYE and
Oh,
they
okay.
needed to be cleared
Yeah.
off the shelf. So I want to taste fresh ones.
You know, I went in FYE before Endgame. There is so much like Japanese soda and
Yep.
candy and everything. That's like a
they
huge
have a
thing
big
now.
push now.
Yeah,
Pocky.
yeah. Oh, there's
I love
everything.
Pocky.
Everything that I get in that box. You can even buy like a rival Tokyo Treat box. It's expensive. I think it's like $50 or something.
I think I know what one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and then there's like all the shirts now have like Japanese like katakana and stuff on them. I'm like, wow. This is
I think Hot Topic has a snack box.
do they?
From
They
like
might.
Japan or something
Yeah.
too.
There's a
Oh,
Japan,
yeah.
Japan Hall, and there's one that's like Japanese and Korean mixed together now.
You
Okay.
trust something that's been sitting on the shelves in a hot topic.
Yeah, how long's it been there? Who knows?
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
So
Williamsburg, something else.
this
Here's
is
one for
this
right
is your chance now. We got 2 viewers. I would never ever say this to leave the chat. And
Well, before they leave, are these new viewers?
no, the same ones.
Okay,
Same
never mind. I
So-
was gonna throw that question out, but
So we could put it in the
now. It's very flowery.
if nothing happens tonight or tomorrow, we can put it in the family page because that's like an
Okay.
exclusive
Yeah.
thing. We could
Sure.
try it. We could try it in there. All right. So we are now at our end game segment. So you can do your snap.
It's okay.
All right. He's been dying to do it all night. He had it queued. His fingers were hurting.
No, they weren't here.
I mean,
So we are here. The stones are lit. Movie starts.
wow. How do you like that? It started with the actual scene and not the Marvel credit roll
Right.
or
Yeah.
page thing. That was
Yeah.
that was the first one, right? I
Yeah.
think
So
that was pretty cool.
Flat out.
there's something I'm trying to remember the.
We'll probably jump around.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the sequence of it. So movie
Hawkeye's
starts.
talking to his kids. They're
Yeah.
having a picnic.
Yep.
And they're gonna eat some hot dogs.
Yep. And the kid's gonna eat with mayo, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Who eats with mayo?"
Yeah,
So
which
maybe
I
you're
agree
right.
with. He said, "How about ketchup?" I was like, "Yeah, Hawkeye. How about some fucking ketchup?"
Yeah.
I like how
Um,
Hawkeye was just like so cool about it. He's like, oh, my kid eats fucking hot dogs with mayo.
So they
I
start
love
showing.
that.
They start showing more of the team that wasn't there, and what happened to them the day the snap happened.
Yeah, after Hawkeye's family disappears. And
So
that's the whole
Hawkeye's,
beginning thing.
Hawkeye's family disappears. He gets pissed. He has an ankle brace on, by the way, too.
Does he? I didn't
So
know.
he's on house
Yeah,
arrest.
he's on house arrest.
By the government, I guess, for the Civil War Act.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in that movie. I was. Yeah, it
Yes,
was.
he was.
Yeah. And I'm trying. All right. So some of the beginning, I don't really.
We'll just jump around because
Yeah.
it's easier.
The beginning, obviously, it just kind of sets up. Everyone knows what's going on. Things are happening.
It's 5 years later. Or no, it's not 5 years.
No, disappears.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Hawkeye goes to Tony.
No, it's
Goes to
immediately
space.
after Infinity War. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Tony in space. And he's recording a message in case he thinks he's gonna die because the air and food's running out.
Yeah, oxygen's running out in the ship.
And
He's gonna
Nebula,
die.
of course, is half robot, so she doesn't.
Yeah, Nebula is just like, all right, he's gonna die here. I'll at least put him in a chair so I don't have to step over him.
Yeah.
And then he closes his eyes like it's all over, and then the big light
Yeah, the
flashes.
glow. I'm like, oh, my friend's wife's like, who's that? I'm like, it's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel shows up, and she takes the ship down to Earth and saves Tony's life. And he has a big argument with Captain America. The argument was pulled. Some of the lines that Tony threw back in Captain's face were straight from Civil War and Endgame, and pretty much saying that this would have never happened if this, and this, and he goes, and sometimes you lose, and guess what? We lost, and now we lost half the population.
Yeah, it's
da, da,
very
da.
defeated.
Yeah.
He said he'd be there.
Yep, he said he would be there, and he pretty much takes his heart piece out and says, "I'm over this." And
Yeah.
like
But I'm like, should he die? Or
Yeah.
did he fix that one of the Iron Mans?
I think it's
Iron
like
Man 3 had the surgery and had the shrapnel removed. This is just an arc reactor that he leaves on his chest that
Oh,
activates
okay.
suits.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's all like nano. Thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, nanotechnology.
So he's just over it. Captain's over it. He has no ambition. He's over the superhero life. He just wants to go and get away from it all. And then anything else happened there before we go 5 years later?
Oh no!
Well, yeah, they go
it's
and
the
they
whole
get
thing.
Thanos,
Yeah,
remember?
Thanos.
Oh yeah. So they go for Thanos.
Yeah, they find out that they used the gems 2 days ago, so they go to that space thing because now they have Captain Marvel
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Nebula.
and Rocket's there.
Nebula pretty much says, "I know where he went."
Yeah, and they're like, "Has anyone been in space before?"
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel's pretty much like, "Well, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go kill this dude." And they're like, "Let's do it together." And then looks like they're gonna have the confrontation where Thor steps to her, and she's just like, "I'm a badass
I
chick."
like this one.
And he does the line from
He
the
does that
movie.
thing where he brings the Stormbreaker right past
What?
her.
In the trailer. Doesn't the hammer come to him?
Later on in the movie.
I'm just saying in
I
the,
don't
in the
know.
trailer,
I
I
think it's
believe when they
Stormbreaker.
showed the trailer, I think the hammer comes to
I think
him.
The
it was
back
the
half of
axe.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, it
looks
has
like
to be the
Mjolnir.
axe because
Yeah.
he didn't have the.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes they
Yeah,
change.
I seen a
things?
funny meme where they did that, and the next scene was her when half her head was shaved. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that.
If you actually look at it carefully, the back half of Stormbreaker actually looks like Mjolnir.
Yeah, it does in
And
the back.
Groot's
Yeah,
stick
yeah.
splits it, so it's the axe and Mjolnir.
Yeah.
So,
So he grabs the axe, and then they go and they find Thanos,
yeah,
and
he's just like chilling out, making tea.
yeah, and they have two little Easter eggs in that scene. So he's walking through the field as if it's Gladiator. At the end of Gladiator, Russell Crowe's
Oh,
going through the
I
fields,
love that scene.
I have no idea.
and pretty much Russell Crowe knows when he's like in that scene, he's dying.
No, okay.
Very
So it's a
familiar with that
little,
too.
little foreshadowing there, and his suit,
I'm glad I didn't
is-
get that then.
his suit is
On the Scarecrow.
on a scarecrow,
Scarecrow.
which is straight from the comics as well.
I don't.
There's a scene, yeah,
Is there?
yep,
I
yeah,
know.
that's right, close to the beginning, where his suit is on a
Or
scarecrow.
it would be near the end, right? You can keep going. keep
Yeah,
going,
and
keep going.
so
You're freaking flipping too much.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty
so
good.
the
I know
they
you're flipping.
storm in. They legit just jump him, give him absolutely no chance. He goes to throw the gauntlet
Captain
on.
Marvel.
Actually, he's wearing the gauntlet, and it looks like he's going to use it. And they just quick grab his arm, they chop his arm off. They look down at his thing, and his gems are gone. And they're like, "Where are the gems?" And he goes, "I destroyed them. they're not even existent. So you
Oh,
can't even
snap.
you can't do this.
Yeah,
You can't
oh,
undo
snap.
this. So Thor goes, you know what? F it. If I can't kill him, if we can't get the gems, he has no purpose, and he cuts his head off
Yeah, it kills him.
and kills Thanos.
And roll credits.
Roll the credits.
Yeah, that's
and movie's over. No.
Sweet.
That would be
Um,
amazing if they did that. Just to be like, oh,
It's
Mystery
a little
out.
crazy though because like they're looking at Nebula for the answers, and she's like, "My father doesn't lie."
yeah.
She
been
goes
so,
with him
it'd
too,
been
right?
so funny
Uh,
if they did that.
So they it goes to
Yeah.
5 years later.
Yep.
Everyone's kind of moved on, doing their own thing.
Mhm.
And the hero of the entire movie happens. So Captain and Scarlett Johansson, which is Black Widow, are kind of still keeping in touch and keeping an eye tabs on the world and trying to help people and do things. Another Easter egg where Miss Marvel looks over at War Machine and gives him the "Are you okay?" as if there's some chemistry there.
Because they do bang eventually.
Because they are a thing in the comics, so maybe they're foreshadowing for future.
They're looking for Clint because Clint kind of goes rogue and gives
Not
no.
Not at first, right? They're just kind of.
When they come into
They're
that
just-
scene, they're looking for Clint because they have Rhodey following Clint after he started going all rogue.
Yeah, well, they know where he is, but they're just like, well, they kind of have an idea where he is, but they just won't pull the trigger on it because she wants to be the one to go find him. And then
Even before that, it's AntMan.
yeah, so I was getting there.
Out of the woodwork.
So
Yeah.
the whole thing of this whole movie literally happens because a rat.
Yeah, they see that meme. It's like the real hero. of
Yeah.
Avengers. It's just the rat.
A rat walks across the dashboard of the van.
That's in an impound lot somewhere. It's been 5 years, so they
Yep.
just impounded it.
It's in an impound lot, and it activates the arc reactor, I guess, whatever you want
I
to
don't know
call
what
it.
that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what hits the pin particle.
But it
Mhm.
ejects Ant-Man,
Yeah,
and he
and it's only been what 5 hours for him, right?
for him.
Yeah.
It's been 5 hours, or
Yeah.
but for the world,
For
it's
every year,
been
it was an hour.
yeah, for him it's been
5 years.
everyone else has been 5 years. So he goes back and says, "Hey," and then he kicks the idea around of time
Well, first
travel.
he says, what year is it and everything? And then he goes to the gravestones and he sees
Yep.
all the names. He's looking for his daughter's name.
His
He
own
sees
name.
his name.
Now, there was a name on the gravestone that no one ever talked about in any of the trailers or for the spoilers or Easter eggs. Charlotte Lee.
Nobody
Oh,
that I know.
now
Of.
wait a minute. Now that you
There was a
bring that
bunch
up,
of names on there. I don't think none of them. There
Yeah.
maybe might have been
I just seen
writers
the
and stuff.
Lee, and I thought maybe.
I think
There's
I
no
think
Charlotte
his-
Lee
I
that I
think-
know of.
I think it was Stanley. I don't know what her
Yeah, I don't
initials
know.
are.
Yeah, that's
It might be Charlotte Lee, the daughter of Stanley. I don't know.
What his
for
wife's? I have
certain.
no idea.
Yeah.
Joni. That's Joan. Lee.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
So there was a
Stanley.
Lee name right
Mm.
underneath
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang.
Yeah. So then he goes to his house and his daughter's still alive now.
His
Oh, he
daughter's
had that
alive
emotional
and much
moment.
older.
Which was like my tag hunter said that was a like emotional moment for him because he has his daughter right about that age.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, wow, if I missed 5 years of my daughter's life, like
yeah,
Paul
and then
Rudd kicking ass.
yeah, Paul Rudd was really good in this. I thought
Scott Lang. It was like
Ant-Man got the push.
was-
as-
he
as
was-
wrestling term.
I'm
he sold it.
a fan of Paul Rudd. I'll watch any movie he's in. I think he's phenomenal.
oh,
Then he goes and he kicks around the idea of time travel.
But no, first he goes to Avengers. Like it's like, hi, remember me? I'm
Yeah.
Ant-Man. We met.
Yep.
And
At
they're
that
like,
airport in Germany.
and like, is this an old video?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Well, that was
no, that's
that was in the
live.
trailer. If you've seen the trailer, that
Yeah.
kind of spoiled that a little bit. But yeah, so they go back. They're kicking the idea around time travel. They're like, man, this could work. And they said, well, there's only one guy that we know that can help us with this. And they go see.
We need the big brains.
Yeah, they go to
Is that-
Tony.
Is that? Oh no, is that the part where
No,
War
they go
Machine's
to
talking and they're saying time? That's after they make the time machine when they're
Yeah.
compared to the movies.
yeah, and they're wondering
Yeah.
who could it be, and then they go to Nerdy Hulk or Dr. Professor.
Yeah, well,
Hulk.
first they go to Tony first.
Yeah, they go to Tony, and Tony's
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's
Tony's
right.
like, I'm not doing it. See you later.
because he has a kid.
He has a
Pepper.
kid.
Honestly,
he-
I thought he was a really good dad.
Yeah.
Like throughout that whole movie kind of thing. Like I was expecting him because he's Iron Man, so I was expecting that
Yeah,
in it. But I like how warm he was
Mhm.
as a dad, and you saw that complete flip of a switch kind of thing within that
and the
character.
first time I see his daughter, she's holding a blue and gold helmet.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm making that for your mom, but she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
She doesn't wear anything I buy
He
her.
doesn't say that for anything.
Yeah, no hints to there,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's wearing a different Iron Man hat for her mother, and then he tells him about it, and he goes, "It doesn't work that way. It's not going to work." everything you know about time travel
He's
is
like,
just,
but we have a chance.
Yeah,
They
it's
say
like
Back to the
Captain
Future is bullshit.
and that.
yeah.
Which
Well, they do
annoys
say in
me.
a couple bit, not right away they say, but they're pretty much saying that he's not going to help. They leave. He's at home and he sees a picture of his dad, and then he sees a picture of Spider-Man. Him and Peter.
Yeah, he gets all
and
emotional.
he decides. I think he's gonna
It
experiment.
doesn't flash to the Ronin thing then.
Yeah. So then they show Hawkeye just kind of going around the world and finding the most evil of the evil, still
Killing
criminals.
some Japanese
and
yakuza.
he's killing. They show like a
Oh yeah, they show a couple first.
He's just going around the planet and he's just killing people. 'Cause
That was in the new Avengers run, and they did a whole like 20 issues, like who's Ronin. And
Yeah. So they have this whole thing where he's upset because half the population is gone, and the people that are still on the planet aren't taking advantage of it. And if you're a criminal, you are dying.
Yeah, he's basically Punisher.
Yeah, he turns into Punisher. It's exactly what he turns into. So yeah, that happens. Scarlet goes over to him and says,
Black
"Come
Widow,
home."
not Scarlet.
I
Scarlet
keep
Witch is
saying
a different character.
I keep saying Scarlett Johansson, but Black Widow is like, "Come home," and he comes back, and then they're kicking the eye. Then they say,
Yeah,
you know,
they're
he's
back
not
and
going to
forth
help.
about it.
They go see the Hulk, who now is
half and half.
Yeah,
half and half. He has the intellect of Bruce
all the
Banner
brains and the muscle, best of
and,
both.
and the body of Hulk,
Hey,
but not the full body.
Yeah, not the. Everybody takes a selfie with that kid. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Say
no, he
Hulk,
really wants you to
say
take a
green.
photo with him.
Yeah, he's like,
And then Ant-Man's like, "You want a picture of me?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Who are you?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ant-Man?
Oh no, it's okay. Get a picture. Get him.
Yeah.
I said, I don't want.
He wants a picture. Give him a
He's
picture.
like, I
He's
don't
like,
want
he's physically saying,
Give me
no.
the goddamn phone.
Yeah.
Very funny scene. Once again, Paul Rudd shines. So they're trying to figure out time travel, and they're pretty much saying that it's complete bullshit, and everything you know about time travel is not going to work.
It's not based off a movie.
And that's when they mention every single movie.
They make fun of every single
Bill
movie.
and Ted.
Bill and Ted, Hot Tub Time
Yeah,
Machine,
like Hot Tub Time. Hot Tub Time.
Back
Yeah.
to the Future.
Yeah,
And the funny thing
A
is,
Wrinkle in
it's-
Time, like everything. They mention all of them.
Yeah.
It's funny because Rhodey does like mentions like a whole bunch of them, like
Yeah.
off the top of his head. And
Yeah,
then,
he just
and
keeps
then,
going with
and
that.
then Scott Lang, Ant-Man, he's like, yo, he mentioned one or two.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Back to the Future is bullshit.
So
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out the time travel thing, and it's working, but it's not working. He's coming back old. He's coming back young. He's coming back
Oh,
middle
yeah, he
aged.
has a baby.
And while this is all
I
kind
think
of
I-
going down,
I got beat in my suit, but I'm not sure if it was old beat or young.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Um,
or just me.
while this is going down, Tony is he has figured it out.
Yeah, he
In
and
one
has an
night.
epiphany.
In one night, and
One
in
night.
that one night, he
Because his daughter says, "I love you 3,000."
yeah, I love you 3000. He figures it all out, and he records a message. We'll get to that.
Well, no, he doesn't. You don't know that at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that much.
Well, here's the whole thing he's figuring out. You have 5 years, and you're thinking about your dad, obviously, and you're thinking about Peter Parker. In that 5-year span, you're always going to kick something around like, oh, what if I did this or what if I did that? It's just a matter of some goofball saying, oh, let's do a time heist,
Yeah.
as
It's a
Ant-Man
great name,
says.
Time Heist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time heist.
Time heist, and it's just a matter of somebody
It really
saying,
shows
bam.
it just shows the intellect of Iron Man as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was the Reed Richards, like when they said the big brain, I'm like he's gonna be in this. And stuff.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool.
That would've been-
That'd been phenomenal.
If you go back to even Infinity War, after Thanos stabbed Tony and basically showed him that like you're nothing compared to me, that he almost broke Tony. Like Tony, I felt Tony was broken until his daughter was the one who kind of saved him, because he had no will to even want to try to go on, and then his daughter just said 3 words and
But
turn
this
it right
movie,
around.
his daughter only exists in this movie, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he was broken. Thanos broke him, and then as
And
the
that's what
movie
looked-
went on, it was almost like his daughter saved him and brought him back.
Yeah, and he obviously the whole, losing Peter was a big blow to him as well.
Nice.
I did like the scene though,
That one's kind of
where
sweet.
his daughter was sitting on the stairs. And he's like, I think I figured this shit out, or whatever his line was, and she just kept saying shit to him. She's
Yeah.
like,
A lot of shit in this
Don't
movie.
say
ice pop. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll cover that.
Yeah, he goes, "You are very smart. You
Yeah.
you figured this out." He goes, "Don't tell your mother I said that."
Yeah.
So he comes back to the base and he pretty much tells
Yeah,
them,
but first he drives his car real crazy, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Who's that?"
Yeah,
And he's like,
He drives
goes with
past
the cap,
him and
right?
backs up slowly.
He gives him the shit.
and at
He's
this
like,
time, as Tony figures it out and they're figuring this all out, they bring in pretty much everybody. Rocket's coming back, Nebula's back.
They go to find everybody.
Yeah, everyone's back for the most part,
We're bringing
except
Ant-Man back.
Miss
Thor.
Marvel,
Yeah,
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and they go find Thor.
Yes,
The best part.
So I have a question. I don't know if we
We gotta
made
talk
it
about
up to
that.
this or not. Why did she get a haircut?
Oh, in the comic, she has that short hair from when she comes back. I think it looks terrible on her in actual motion.
Yeah.
It didn't look good at all.
Brie
So,
Larson.
yeah,
I was just
Brie
They pretty much
Larson
say to her,
again,
she says in the
but
beginning,
now she's long hair
yeah,
again.
she
in the
says that
comics.
she's going to be gone for a long time because she has to control the entire universe because no one else can do it.
Yeah, and they go away and stay here, and it's like, the Avengers are here.
Yeah.
Not every other planet's
yeah.
lucky.
Then they go and they find Thor. They need Thor.
Yeah.
And they find Thor.
Because it's
New
New
Asgard.
Asgard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
New Asgard, and Thor has been eating and drinking and playing a lot of video
College
games.
kid. He has his long hair and
I
a
love
long
that the
beard.
Rock guy is there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Korg and me.
Yeah.
Korg.
Mixed a little movie thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I need your help with this child again.
Yeah, and he's Australian.
need your
Thor's
help with
fat.
it. Yeah.
He's been eating
Thor
party.
is dad bod mode.
Yeah.
He's
Long
he was
hair.
pounding a lot of
So I have a
kegs.
question. Do you think that was real, or do you think that was makeup?
Prosthetic.
That was all
Oh, that's
prosthetic,
definitely
yeah.
prosthetics.
Oh,
No,
100% prosthetic suit.
But
And he had his hobo gloves on the whole entire movie.
Yeah.
That's funny.
see, the thing I didn't get though is doesn't Thor and Jane have a daughter, and yet they say they broke up?
Do they?
Yes.
They don't think they have a daughter, but the reason they're going with the whole breakup is because
She's not in the movie.
she refused to. She dropped out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe when they fired. Somebody got fired from a directing role,
Really?
and she didn't like it, and she quit.
Well, she's really showing them, ain't.
So
Yeah.
why didn't Hollywood do what everybody else does? and
Can't
just
recast her,
recast?
Well, they didn't have to because after this movie, she does agree to come back. She makes one appearance.
Okay.
She's
Wait,
living.
wasn't
she's
she in this movie?
Huh?
Wasn't she? In
She
this
was.
Movie? Okay. I was
She
gonna say.
makes. She does come back for one scene, and they.
Yeah.
But they
So
wrote her
Gargoyle.
off. They wrote her off more majority because they couldn't use her as much. I guess they wanted to.
Yeah.
Um,
But she was smart. She would be like, "Oh, Jane Foster becomes Thor eventually. I should probably stay with this. There's some big money to be made."
Yep. She's an idiot.
Yeah.
So
But no.
Thor has
She might
dreads.
not
He's
have
got a
read these.
he's got a
these
long
comics.
beard,
Yeah.
and he looks a lot like the dude.
It does.
He does, and they make a couple of jokes about that.
And Korg's playing Xbox, and he gets Thor to yell at the thing. He's like,
Yeah.
he puts on the headset. He's like, "This is Thor, God of Thunder."
Then they kind of throw it at him about Thanos, and
he gets all mad.
He
We
gets
don't-
emotional
We don't
and
say
mad.
that word, yeah.
And they said, "Well, you got to come back with us." And he's like, "I'm not going." And they say, "We have beer."
Yeah.
I've got beer in the plane.
Yeah. And then he's off with them. He's off in the races.
Because it's Hulk and what, Ant-Man that goes see him?
Wait, what was his rebuttal?
Or that's Hulk.
Hulk.
Because he's like, "Buddy, Hulk." He's all happy to see Hulk.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Who else does go with them?
Doesn't he call Groot Tree?
Groot's not with it. It's
No,
Groot's
but
gone.
he does reference.
Oh, he
Groot
does,
as a
yeah.
tree.
I
Yeah.
feel
And,
it was
Rocket's rabbit.
it was Hulk and
Hulk,
Rocket
Ant-Man.
Raccoon, I think.
Thor?
Oh yeah.
There was somebody
I
else
think
there.
I think it was Ant-Man.
I might have been Ant-Man as well. So now the whole team is there. Tony Stark comes back, and he says he figured it out. They come up with a plan. And if I'm jumping around a lot, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember 3
Yeah,
hours
it's a
of
lot,
the
yeah.
movie and 2 interviews. I just that I did. Everything's jumbled together.
Yeah, they come up with the time heist to go back and get the Infinity Stones before Thanos gets them, which could create a whole time paradox. But then
See-
what's his name explains that.
If you plan it perfectly,
Yeah,
you can get.
Hulk explains this.
Yeah, Hulk says they have to go back and get all the stones.
Yeah,
But they said they only have enough juice for a one-way trip,
Yeah,
so
the
they
pink
have to very
particles.
carefully plan how they're going to get these stones.
Mhm.
I
So
haven't seen
They
this.
can get 2 stones in one or 3 stones in one shot.
So yeah, that brings up a question. If they only have one for one round trip,
How they get from time to time.
how do they get them back to put those stones back?
One round trip. A round trip is there and back.
Yeah, there and back,
But we'll
not
get-
back again and then back.
But we'll get to that in a little
Yeah,
bit
get to that.
because
They go to
You
there's
might have missed something.
there's something there
They
that
go to the
Captain America
70s.
does.
Yeah.
No, I mean I
Captain
know they go to the
American, yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
But in
Captain
the
America
planning
does.
stage, they weren't planning on originally go to the 70s.
No, they weren't. Yeah, so they would have went to the. They ran out when they went to 70s though. It's like instead of going
Right.
back to present.
I'm just saying, like when they were in the present making
Yeah.
this plan to start,
Yeah.
they're like, we have enough for a round trip, but him in the present's gone. So what was the strategy?
Well, if they do the snap, they can go back and they can recreate it or something maybe. Anyway,
I don't know.
Well,
I
we're
just-
gonna
so
get to that in
they-
a little bit though.
there's 3 stones in
I'll
New
tell you
York
what.
during the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, which
they,
is pretty cool.
Well, they can go back and they can get the
I thought this was really thought out really well.
the Tesseract, which is the,
The whole throwback.
Loki's staff.
Yep, Loki's the Tesseract.
No, Tesseract
Tesseract
was
Tesseract,
the
Loki's
cube.
staff,
Cube.
and
Oh yeah, it's a
this-
different
and
one.
the
Yeah.
time stone. So they can get the green, the blue, and the purple
Green.
I
in
have a
one
question
shot.
now.
Yeah, green. Yeah,
What was with the staff? Why was that important?
Now wait, it
Because
was
the
no.
staff has a stone in it.
it was Loki's.
Wait.
I'm confused.
The
staff was
Tesseract
the-
had
Staff is like the
It's the blue one.
yeah. That was the cube.
Right.
Yep, that
That's
has
the
the blue
cube.
stone.
Loki's
Then
staff
there's
had
the
the
then there's
reality
the
stone.
staff.
Okay.
And
The staff
then-
has the purple stone.
And then the time stone
Is the
was
green
the Eye
one.
of.
No.
I could-
The purple stone is the power stone. That was the first
That
one
was
that
in
Peter
the
Quill
Guardian.
found.
That was in.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Guardians of the
Because I
Galaxy.
She had the
swear
green one.
his
Supreme
staff
had
had
the
like a
time
blue
stone.
stone.
Yeah.
Bluish.
So
And
anyway,
that's
there's three
where-
stones. The
Yeah.
time stone. I don't remember the other ones.
The
In,
reality
The
stone.
gems,
Yeah.
as I call them, because
the
I'm
ones in the
sorry.
tesseract, the other ones in the staff. Then they have to they go back before Peter Quill steals the other stone.
Yeah, and they
Which is
show
the
the
Power
beginning
Stone.
of Guardians
Power
1 when he's all
Stone. Yeah, the
dancing
Power
around,
Stone.
and that's Nebula and
Nebula,
War
War
Machine.
Machine.
War Machine.
yeah, and
And
he's
then
like,
and then
so
they
he's
did
an
Scarlet,
idiot.
And they did Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye or Ronin
Okay, yeah,
to go out in space.
No,
it's Black Widow.
Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch
Black
wasn't
Widow.
there.
No, I mean
No.
Black Widow. My
Yeah.
fault. Sorry.
Scarlet Witch is dead.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is gone. She
I thought red hair.
Yeah, she snapped
red,
away.
red Scarlet,
And then they're gonna go and get the Soul Stone because he never claimed it yet.
Which
Yeah.
is probably one of the saddest scenes
That's
in the
on.
movie.
That's on.
Yeah.
I forget that Boromir. It sounds like it's.
The only thing about him, I don't know how did
Red Skull.
staff was powered by the Mind Stone. Thank you.
Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
So-
Mind Stone.
So what color is the Mind Stone?
I believe.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, now I'm
It
super
probably
confused.
says in the book somewhere, but
Yes,
Because-
because they take the staff and then create
Look,
vision.
Get that phone out. Let me see.
They take the staff and create vision with him.
All right, I'm gonna Google this.
Just type in
this-
Infinity Gems. It'll come up fast.
That's what happened. They take the staff and they create vision with the staff, and then vision. He
Okay,
gets he
yeah,
gets
yeah,
it through
yeah.
Vision's head. So they go and get. We'll do the soul. We'll do the soul stone first. So
Okay, so what color did you say it was?
I don't know the
You got
colors.
The Soul Stone should be.
Soul
the
Stone
big
is
stone in the
orange.
front.
So
Oh
people
yeah,
have
yellow soul.
replicas of
Red's
his
reality.
staff.
Red's real. I thought purple is power, right?
Purple's the power.
Purple's power. Blue is space.
There's a way we can figure this out, but we can't because it'll ruin something.
Oh.
Okay, well,
They're
here
all-
is a
They're in the
screen
fridge.
In the
shot.
yeah,
of Loki with the staff, and it is glowing blue.
yeah, it's blue in his staff, but I don't think it's actual blue stone because they take it and make it. I think it's the yellow one.
It is the Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, well then I would have did that a completely different way because that confuses the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Power, mind,
Doctor Strange has the
time.
soul, the green one.
Yes.
Right.
So, well, what's her name?
Doctor Strange is the Time Stone. The Sorcerer Supreme has it at that time before she dies.
Well, she is. Yeah, but that one's green for some reason.
Yeah. I think the movie had
They
them.
might change them.
They had
a
them
little.
changed a
Yeah.
little bit. But anyway, so Black Widow and Hawkeye go to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
And
from
then
the
they
planet.
then they find out that the only way you're getting this stone is
Vormir,
by
it's
a
called.
sacrifice.
They
They
actually fight each other over
they
it.
fist fight of who's going to kill
you know what they-
themselves.
They didn't mention that Red Skull. Did they know who Red Skull is? I don't think they do.
They don't.
They
Yeah,
don't. And
Yeah.
how did he get there?
Yeah,
They never explained that.
When he grabbed the Tesseract in Captain America,
Yeah.
and transported him through time and space.
Oh,
And he
that's
said
where
he's
he
been
wound
on
up.
Vormir
'Cause that was the-
since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that
So
was.
he's
I think it
actually
was
been there.
broken,
He said,
wasn't
I
it?
think for like 500 years, he's actually been on Vormir.
And then he loses it, and somehow Captain Marvel gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not Captain Marvel. The Marvel.
Yeah.
they all-
So through a battle,
yeah, they fight over who's going to be
It
sacrificed.
looks like that Hawkeye has made it over the cliff and he's going to be the one to die. And Black Widow jumps over with him, grabs him, makes him repel, and they do like the whole like hold my
Yeah.
hand, let go,
It's okay. You can let go.
and we lose now officially Black Widow.
Yeah.
She has been sacrificed for the Soul Stone.
which is weird because she's getting her own movie. I mean, you could do a prequel.
Is it a swerve?
Yeah, probably.
Is
Is
it
she
a swerve?
cloned? You know,
Or it's a prequel movie?
Yeah.
You're saying? So
well,
Black
comic
Widow.
books. You can always bring. Everyone comes back. Everyone comes back.
You can get them back from that reality
Yeah.
at the barter, right? Isn't that how it works?
Well,
You get the barter with
They can do all.
yeah. So
just write it, and it'll happen.
Yeah.
huh?
Like it doesn't have to make sense.
The only
Yeah.
person that's only
like-
stayed dead in comics is Uncle Ben.
yeah, Uncle Ben's the only
Who's
one.
Uncle
who's-
Ben?
It's Peter's.
And Power
Peter's
Man.
uncle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Don't
Uncle.
forget
I
He
was
never
like,
come. He never
is
comes
that
back.
like
Power Man. He's the only
Power Man?
superhero that. Yeah.
Luke Cage.
No.
D-Man.
No, it's the one from the Avengers, the green suit guy.
Green Arrow?
No, you goof.
That's
no.
DC.
I know.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Anyway, so
It's Green
they
Lantern.
get the stone.
I
They
thought-
get, once they get the stone, they transport back. Then they're in New York, and the
It's
events
Avengers 1.
the events of Avengers 1
which
is taking
pretty
place.
cool because they show the Avengers fighting the Chitauri or whatever.
Yep.
I love Hulk in that.
Hulk goes to get the stone off of the Doctor Strange creepy lady. I never seen Doctor Strange
Sorcerer
movie.
Supreme.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Yeah, he goes to get
That's
up
what
ancient
her.
I'm
one.
referring to.
The
her as,
ancient
Yeah.
one.
Sorcerer Supreme.
So she pretty much says, he's like, listen, I will take this if I have to. And she goes, no, you won't. He goes to kind of like,
No, first she says, I'm looking for Doctor Strange. She goes, you're 5 years too early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing
And I was like, that's
surgery.
pretty cool. So she knows what's happening. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, in Doctor Strange, she always said, like, at the moment of her death, sorry if I spoiled Doctor Strange for you, that she could only see up to that point.
Oh, okay.
So she already knew, like, all those events
yeah.
until they're sitting on that balcony where she's getting surgery done on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Pretty
Hulk goes to take it and she punches his soul out of his body.
His astro
Yeah.
form.
He has astro form out of his body.
And
And
it's actually Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Bruce Banner. And he pretty much convinces like, hey, all this happened. And Doctor Strange said,
He willingly gave
he
up the
willingly
stone.
gave up the stone. That's so we don't know why he did it, but we need the stone to change it. And she goes, well, if he gave up the stone, then he had to have known that you are going to be here right now.
Yeah,
And I'm
first
sorry.
She explains the timeline.
Yeah,
too.
she blamed herself, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like, it must have been my fault.
Yeah. So she gives him the stone. So we got another stone there. Hulk has a stone. During this event, Captain America is going to get Loki's staff, which is in a briefcase, and they recreate the elevator scene.
Yeah,
and-
first does he?
And instead of him, all the
Because
guys
Ant-Man and Iron Man go to get the.
Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So while they're in the elevator, and I might be jumping this around,
Yeah, that's
but,
pretty cool. That
yeah.
it looks like they're going to fight scene.
and he's going to do the
Mhm.
fight scene again.
Because Ant-Man says, "Who are those guys?" It's like, "Oh, that's Shield." Well, they're actually Hydra. We didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he whispers in his ear, "Hail Hydra."
Yeah, because they're all like, he's like, "I'm going to take this
I'm
stone or
gonna
whatever."
take point on this mission.
Yeah, and they're all
Yeah.
like, and the guy started pulling a gun, and he goes up to him. He goes, "Hail Hydra," which is from a comic book when they
Yes.
made Captain
And they all
America.
look dumbfounded,
bad.
like,
Yeah.
how? How did
And he
they
just
know?
cast like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool. He's the exact same scene.
Yep. So he walks away with the Tesseract clean
Yeah,
until he turns the corner and runs into
No, Loki
Uh,
staff.
yeah,
Loki's staff.
yeah, because they made Hulk take the stairs.
so he
which
has
is
a-
a funny scene.
he has a-
Yo, big guy.
He has the staff. He turns the corner and he runs into Captain
Yeah,
America.
that's pretty cool how they were
Himself.
showing you scenes that fit into Avengers, like
Yep.
what they were doing at different times. Oh, I should turn off.
Yeah.
But that was pretty
So
cool.
they have a fight, Captain versus Captain.
Yeah.
And
Then-
during the fight, his locket falls out.
Well, when Hulk runs into that,
Well, that's a different.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That was for the Tesseract.
the locket falls out. He says, "Where did you get that?" And then he uses that event at a moment to kind of hit him, knock him out a little bit, and then he takes the Tesseract or the staff, and he wipes his mind and walks away with the staff.
We also had to tell him Bucky's alive.
Yeah,
No,
he's-
that's
Bucky's
what-
alive.
Yeah,
And he-
I'm not Loki. It's like, sure, you're not Loki. And
Yeah.
plus, we missed the part where Ant-Man and Iron Man are there. Is like, Cap, that did nothing for your ass. Ant-Man's like, oh, come on, that's
Yeah.
America's ass.
Yeah.
So when
And-
Captain
Not in
America
the
wins,
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not in the movie.
so when
then
Cap
he-
wins, he's like, that really is America's ass.
Yeah. So that
I
yeah.
watched that.
And then while they're in the holding cell, Ant-Man is going to shrink small, go into Tony Stark, pull out his thing,
Oh, yes, he has like a heart
Heart
attack arrest or something.
heart
stroke.
aggress, and then they're going to take the briefcase with the Tesseract and leave and just kind of sneak out.
Yeah.
Now they have the 3 stones. During this event, they go to grab the briefcase and Hulk busts through,
Yeah, the stairs.
knocks out Captain America.
And it's Avengers 1, Captain
Everything went
America.
smooth except for the whole. Well, like
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
all the-
boom,
Tony and
bust
the
knocks
Tesseract
out
goes
knocks
flying.
out Tony. Tesseract goes flying. Loki picks it up and
Yeah,
disappears,
and is never heard from again.
and is never heard from again.
And it's like, wow, so Thor Dark World didn't happen. And it's like Avengers Infinity War doesn't happen.
Yep. So
Well, we get to the
Even though they
reference
kind of
to
explain that if you take that time, the time doesn't change. I'm like,
but it does. But we'll get into
yeah,
this is my
it
theory
does,
to
but
this.
it doesn't.
I
So
don't
it's like it's weird because like when they're doing
So-
the whole part where it's saying Back to the Future doesn't
They
count. it's like,
realize
well,
that they need to go back and get the Tesseract again.
Wait, okay, but you know what that Loki thing? He's getting his own show on
Yes.
Hulu, so that will probably
Yep.
explain that.
So
Oh, okay.
I thought that he would come back at some point, but no, he's
Yep.
gone for the rest of the movie.
I think they're gonna that's gonna be opened up somewhere else.
But
Mm-hmm.
the Loki show.
Yeah. So then now Tony and Iron Man decide everyone else go
Tony
back.
and-
Tony and Captain America decide everyone else go back. We're gonna go back to 1970 and take the Tesseract when
Yeah,
it
because
was
they figure out because they think, oh, we failed. It's
Yeah.
like, well, one place where you can get pin particles. Ant-Man says, we're out of pin particles. And we
Yeah.
have enough to go back. And he's like, well, let me get that and the Tesseract at once.
Yep. So they can go back and get more
Pin
Pin
particles.
particles.
Pin
Yeah, 'cause they
particles.
know because Tony knows of
The giant man's there.
Yeah.
Well, he
Hank
knows
Pym.
of the coordinates where to go for the Tesseract.
Yeah. So they go back to the military base where Captain America was created
trained.
and trained,
Yeah. How Stark
and
works.
where the the particles are, so they can do more trips,
because
and where they can get the Tesseract.
Yeah,
Tony bumps into his dad.
and that's where Marvel gets the Tesseract. Then
Yes.
And then also Stanley's cameo, where he's driving in a car and the bumper sticker says "Nuff said."
Yeah, I
and
missed that.
Stanley,
Yeah.
make love not war,
Yeah.
and it was just like him like younger back in the day.
I said on the call at Power Ring, I said this would be a good chance to put in a '70s hero. Like even if it like Luke Cage was there with the Power
Yeah.
Man up, I'm like, oh,
Yep.
if he just
That
walks
would've been
by.
cool, yeah.
I actually had
Or
another little
Dazzler.
possible Easter egg in that scene as well. The glasses they're wearing, the Stark technology, the tech glasses looked very similar to Stan Lee glasses.
And we were talking.
Really? I
about
didn't-
that
I didn't
too
notice
when-
that.
Yeah.
during-
They look very similar to Stan Lee's glasses. So
And Cap's aviators too.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
That could've been
they
on purpose.
they go back. Tony has a really cool moment with his dad. Really cool highlight of the
Yeah,
scene.
because he meets him when he's trying to steal the thing.
Yep. Captain.
What's your name?
sees-
Howard Potts.
Yeah. And Jarvis is his driver.
Yeah.
Jarvis is his
That was
driver.
cool.
And then just never seen that there's that black lady that's in the elevator when they're riding. I was like, my friend's like, who's that? And I was like, oh, it's Amanda Waller. I'm like, oh, that's DC. Never mind.
Yeah. Captain sees what's her name? I always forget her name.
Peggy Carter.
Yes, he sees her, and there's a cool Easter egg of the old school AntMan helmet on him.
Yeah, when
Oh, that is
Hank
cool.
Pym's, yeah.
Yep. And then he takes the particles. They go back again. While this is also happening, while they get the gem off of Peter Quill,
Yeah, they just knock him out.
they just knock him out. It's a
War
cool.
Machine.
It's
War
a
Machine.
cool. They actually see the scene of the beginning
Yeah,
of the
it's the
Guardians,
beginning of Guardians 1.
where he's singing, except there's no music.
Yeah.
It's just him singing into a rat off key, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, and War Machine says, oh, he's an idiot?
Yeah.
War Machine
Um,
knocks him out. Nebula reaches
yeah,
in,
it's
pulls
like-
out Power Stone.
So while this is, you think, oh, that was an easy one. They got it all figured out. While this is all actually, this is where I went to the bathroom. So if I'm
Oh,
missing
I didn't go to
anything,
bathroom at all.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I held it in too. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't bad.
No bathroom breaks.
I took one bathroom
No
break.
breaks.
All right.
While this is happening, they get the stone and I guess they fled, and something happens where there's a little bit of scuffle, and they go through Nebula's brain. Doesn't Nebula? They think that
Past
Nebula.
No way.
brain
She
is
starts to
her Nebula's brain.
once
Yeah,
they
she's
got the
linked up.
Power Stone, then Nebula starts to
Glitching,
malfunction
yeah.
and glitch.
In
Because-
his
and so
past.
She's
Yeah.
connected to
Right,
a
yeah.
server that's on
Yes.
Thanos' thing, so it uploads present Nebula's consciousness to the server,
Yes.
And it opens up.
and past Nebula
Mhm.
finds it.
Yeah, so they go through the present day Nebula with the past Nebula and find out that Thanos he wins,
Yeah,
he dies, and that they went back in time now to get the stones
To reset.
everything. So now
Yeah,
he
show me
decides
everything.
they are going to go get Nebula. They kidnap Nebula. I forget how they
What-
did that. The present day Nebula. They get
Yeah,
her.
because they can pause her because War Machine and Nebula are going to go back. So let's sync
Yes,
up. And War
so
Machine
they-
goes back, but Nebula doesn't.
Nebula goes to go back, and Nebula freezes.
Yeah, and she's
So
like
they,
locked.
they pause her.
Which I
Oh,
was
I-
thinking because they're synced up, right? War Machine goes back. Wouldn't they say, "Hey, where's
Yeah,
Nebula?"
War
But
Machine,
with time
yeah.
travel, Nebula goes back the same exact second.
Exactly. So-
I did question that too. I was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
yeah,
So
War
left
Machine was the
after.
first, and then Nebula
Yeah.
stuck around.
and they all kind of stayed in time until the rest of them all came together too.
Yeah,
Like they all landed together.
yeah,
I think that was just a visual thing.
As we
Because
get to
like if you had it
Thor and
set
Rocket.
for like
yeah.
3:00 on today's date,
Mhm.
no matter when you left, it would all come out at the same time.
Yeah, you're all,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they get Nebula, they kidnap her, they send the Nebula from the past,
bad Nebula.
the bad Nebula to go into the future, and then
And
Bring
they took
Thanos
her-
back.
Yeah, and they took
forgot
her
Thor and
head
Rocket.
plate then too,
Yeah.
just
To
to
hide.
disguise.
Thor.
everything.
Yeah, sorry, Thor and Rocket have to go get the.
The
whatever gem that's in
red,
in
the
Jane
red.
Foster,
Reality
Yeah,
stone.
Jen has a
It's
stone.
red.
reality.
Yeah.
Thor
which
talks
is Thor
to
Dark World, which a lot of people hated,
Thor
but I
Dark
thought it was
World
pretty
was
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But he goes back to the day his mother died.
Yeah, and he's
he
all
has
emotional.
almost like a panic attack about it because
I
he
can't
sees
do
his
it. I
mom
can't
and then
do
he
it.
knows Jane's in the other room and he's just like, I can't
Yeah.
do this. I
And
gotta go
Rocket kind of
somewhere."
talks him up, but
Yeah.
then he still flees anyway.
Yeah, and then he has a really cool moment with his mom, and she gets more lines in this movie than she did in all the other ones.
Yeah, and she's like,
And
she knows.
time has not been good to you, my son. Yeah, she knows what's going on.
Yeah, and then the cool line in that is she goes, and he goes, "I'm totally from the future."
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
he breaks down.
I know.
Yeah,
But
Um,
mom's like, I'm a witch. I know these
And
things.
she's like, "Don't tell me."
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "I've been a witch for."
He was going to tell her.
Years
He
or
was going to
whatever.
tell her that she died. She goes, I don't want to know anything.
Yeah,
That's not your place to tell me. Rocket pretty much just says, "F it." He's not going to do it. I'm going to do it. Just sneaks up behind her, hits her with the shot, takes the gem, takes off, and then they transport out of there.
and then before
Robert, what are you
before
doing?
that,
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
like-
I'm gonna try something quick because he talked to his mom, had a heart to heart. He's like,
And
Give
Rocket's
me a
like,
little bit of time. Give me a little
yeah,
bit
well,
of time.
Rocket says, "What's going on?" And his mom says, "Sometimes it takes a while."
And just-
Yeah.
And he's like,
Ding. Yes.
Now,
when I'm still worthy.
when Cap goes
Shout
back,
out.
he puts it back in the same exact place. So
okay, I just think
that's,
that
that's how that is explained.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, Cap's going back and he's going to use the hammer for protection.
We're
and puts
getting
it back.
too far into
Oh.
it.
Yeah, well, that's
We're
the.
I didn't
getting
even
too
realize
So
far.
that
Put it
explains
back.
how that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting too far.
So he takes the hammer, and now he has the hammer back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He come back to present day. They all go and say, "Oh my God, we can do this." They all go in another room and they're assembling the new glove, which is an Iron Man glove hand
I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
with the gems. And while they're assembling the gems,
They're
they're arguing who's going to do it. And pretty much Hulk says, "I'm the only one who can
Yeah,
do
I'm
it.
the
It's
strongest."
Gamma. I'm the
Yeah.
strong." There
I
was
was basically built for this.
Yeah. So
And then
he
you
goes to
see-
snap. As he's snapping, the new Nebula,
Bad
the
Nebula.
bad Nebula has now brought back Thanos and his army.
Yeah,
But-
because it's
And
The snap does work.
The snap does
All those
so.
people do come back
so
at
the,
that same
the
moment.
snap happens the same time she brings Thor. She brings Thanos. The snap happens. Thanos bombs the whole place, which is cool.
yeah, but that's past Thanos because current
Yeah,
Thanos. is
past
dead,
Thanos
yeah. So it's
bombs the whole
2012
place.
Thanos. Yeah.
So they're all stuck in the building. Cool scene. Hulk's holding everything
Yeah,
up.
I thought he was
What
going
is
to
that?
Hulk out, but he never
Yeah.
did.
What was that
Hulk
from?
holding everything up with one arm.
When he was holding the
I
stones.
don't know
up.
the comic, but
Secret Wars.
Okay.
Secret Wars. I think it was number 4 where he has all
the
the
cover.
Avengers
The
and
cover is
X-Men,
yeah.
and he's like this, and it's like you see all this stone where like all the stones are like the boulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
from a
pretty
comic book.
cool.
Then Ant-Man goes down, turns big, gets the comeback. But before that happens, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America are going to go face to face with Thanos, who's just kind of sitting there.
He's just
Nice.
like maybe
And-
like get the Infinity.
Yeah. He's like,
Stone.
what's
Yeah.
he doing? Waiting.
Yeah, and Hawkeye has Hawkeye has the gauntlet,
makeshift Infinity
and he's
Gauntlet.
trying to bring it back to the surface.
and
all the-
Thanos' dogs.
So I have
That's
Thanos'
an observation.
Yeah,
When he's running down that hall and he shoots that arrow, I feel like that was something from Alien or Alien versus Predator or something
Yeah.
Alien.
it was a cool scene.
Probably.
that
Probably
they kinda
inspired
just-
by something. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
it looks like all the
That was a
monsters
good-
coming.
It
that
was
was a
cool.
good scene in the sense it showed like that claustrophobia and
Mhm.
like it makes Hawkeye / Ronan look like a really good hero from all the times that he was featured. That people are like, oh, he didn't
Pretty
do shit. That
sad
was
moment
pretty
too, where Rocket's like, I can't breathe. Like he was legit in some trouble. Like,
Yeah.
it
They
was
just
kinda-
got his like,
yeah.
But you know what I thought when I first watched it? Was like, how did Thanos get to the present? And I'm like, oh, Nebula uses the machine. There.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. I was
So
like,
she used the machine. So the first fight breaks out between them three and
Thanos. Yeah.
Thanos.
So I have a
Thanos-
question about
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Is he really that powerful, or
Yes.
are they that bad of
Not really.
heroes?
No, he's not.
No, he's
He's
a fuck.
powerful.
They-
No, I guess what I'm
kinda-
saying is
Equaled
Thanos
it
is,
out
like,
so the
legit
fight could
badass
happen.
in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fight.
because I thought he destroyed
Yeah.
them versus them
Yeah,
doing
he
anything.
did. That's
Well,
what somebody else did
You have
too.
to kind of think as well is that
If he didn't, well, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
entertaining.
and,
Yeah.
No, I know,
and he
but,
just
like-
they probably took some damage from the bomb.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I guess
But
my
he-
point
he-
of reference.
Basically, this is all his power. The
I
gauntlet.
right.
He's-
And the first part,
just
we
not
saw him with the
powerful in
gauntlet.
general.
He didn't have all the stones.
Yeah.
And when he was fighting Tony,
yeah,
he had
he was a
Spider-Man and
pushover.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's just powerful.
He
in
kind
general.
of
Yeah.
like he was powerful, but
Yeah,
they
he's-
were able
he's
to
like
kind of do stuff. Where this it
Superhuman,
was
but
like
he's not Thor.
we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gonna destroy everything.
But I think they souped him up for
Yeah, they
the
stood them up
sake of
little
a
bit.
fight.
Okay.
So the first fight happens. There's a cool separation, and Thanos laughs and goes, "You have nothing," because I don't think Thanos is aware that the snap happened. So he steps back, and the Dark World comes in. Everyone from the first Avengers enemies, the big flying things.
Oh, the Chitauri, all the,
the
all the-
Chitauri,
yeah.
the Dark Elves.
That was all Thanos' stuff.
Yeah.
And even his
All-
henchmen too.
all
Yeah,
Thanos'
his
henchmen-
Black Order
yeah,
was
the
back.
Black Order.
Proxima Midnight.
Yeah,
and I
so
don't know.
Thanos now
Squidward.
has
Yeah.
this giant army behind him, and it's just kind of Captain, Thor, and Iron
yeah.
Man just staring at him, and
Oh
then
shit.
Ant-Man.
My Hawkeye's still running with the gauntlet.
Yep,
Mhm.
Ant-Man goes running down. He turns big. He gets all three of his buddies. He turns into Giant Man, gets huge. He jumps. He's on the battlefield, and he releases Hulk, Rocket, and
Spider-Man.
no,
No, not
I
yet.
thought
Uh,
no,
Hawkeye.
never mind.
and
Hawkeye.
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 There's somebody else in the water with him. I'm thinking too.
War Machine somewhere.
War Machine.
Oh,
War
yeah,
Machine's with
his-
him. Yes.
What was his legs? Did he have like braces or
Yeah, he
something?
broke his legs
during
Civil
the,
War, he
during the
kinda
civil
got
during the
paralyzed.
Civil War, he gets knocked
Yeah.
out of the sky,
He can't
and
walk, yeah.
that was their big moment in the actual Civil War
Mortally
comic.
injured.
Somebody actually dies; they just paralyzed
He
him.
says that to somebody. He's like, I'm not like I used to be. He's like, oh, you're mine. I forget who he says that
Yeah.
to.
I forget. Who
Yeah.
So Thanos says, "Oh, you're back with your. That's all you have." He goes, "You have no chance in this." And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
The portal's
the
open.
portal's open.
Well, no, Cap, here's something first. It says, Cap, look out on your left or your right. Or
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah.
Cap on your
Oh,
left.
Sam.
My,
yeah,
my friend's wife's
Sam
like, who is
Falcon.
that? I'm like, that's Falcon.
Yeah,
He's like, it's Sam.
yeah. And then Sam joins the fight. Now there's
But
Sam's
then first,
it's
the
all-
portal opens. Black Panther
all
comes out with
Doctor, like
Shuri
Doctor
and the other one.
Strange's
Yes.
portals
Yeah.
come out,
Yeah.
And then Falcon flies out. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Black Panther comes out first
with all of his arm,
with
all
the
the
black
arm.
with,
Yeah.
with everyone from Wakanda, all the tribes. Then Falcon flies
Yeah.
through. Winter Soldier comes out with them.
Yes, he was with them in Black
Yep.
Panther.
Doctor Strange comes out with his whole army.
Everybody that disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Spider-Man swings through.
Spider-Man swings through. Trying to think of somebody else we're thinking that came through.
And
Scarlet
then
Witch.
people from Thor Ragnarok then
Yes.
too.
Oh, yeah,
and
well,
they actually
Valkyrie
had like the
comes.
crab
Oh, yeah,
guy, the
Guardians
crab guy
came
too.
back.
I like the crab guy.
Yeah.
The Falconry comes through.
Yeah, Valkyrie comes on. All the
the Asgardians
Yeah.
come through.
And I know you're gonna skip it. Just continue with it. I want to do the line. I want to do the
We
line. that-
finally heard the line.
yeah,
Well, there-
yeah. I want to do it. I want to do
there-
it.
that was the part of the theater everyone was like, yeah, Black
There's-
Panther comes
there
through.
is
yeah.
a secret Easter egg character that came through.
Dupe.
He was in the universe.
Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck is
Is he
in
in
the
that?
fight scene.
Where?
He's standing with the Asgardians, I believe.
Oh, wow. He
He's
doesn't do
sta-
nothing.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't physically
Now
show
I
him
gotta
fighting.
watch it
Well,
again.
the Guardians all
Those
come
are
out. We
going-
got
I gotta
to
watch it
All the
again.
Guardians come
All
back.
the Guardians are back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep
So
your Saturday open. We're going to see it. again.
Batista.
yeah. So Batista's back.
Oh,
Groot's
yeah.
back. Everyone's back.
Oh yeah,
Tree.
everyone. And even-
Except Gamora.
Star-Lord. Yeah.
But now
She's back.
the
Gamora's
thing is,
there.
Well, wait a minute, no.
Gamora comes back with
Bad
the-
Gamora.
Bad
Comes back-
Gamora
Bad
comes
Nebula.
back
With
with Bad
Nebula.
Nebula.
no good Nebula.
Well, she's with Good Nebula.
Yeah,
She's holding Good Nebula hostage while
They
this,
kill Bad Nebula.
everything's
Yeah.
going on.
because they say she's told. It's like what happens between the both of us, and like
She tells her
Nebula's just
we
like
became sisters.
yo,
Yeah.
like we were terrible before, but we made up and all that. And they're like, all right, cool.
So then they become friends and they take out the Bad Nebula. So now Gamora is good, but Gamora knows nothing
Yeah, she's-
of the Guardians.
Yeah, she's
she has no
Pre-Guardians
history.
2012.
So she
Gamora.
knows she's good. She knows what side of the team she's helping,
AKA for 51st dates. kind
Yes.
of.
but she
Oh.
doesn't know. She doesn't know her team. So
Yeah.
you're getting Gamora back, but you're not getting
Or the
Guardians.
love of
You're
her
not getting
life.
Guardians
Yeah.
nor Nebula. So the big fight breaks out. As the fight breaks out, go ahead, Ben.
Okay.
You get your
Captain
break.
America says the most famous line that he has ever said, Avengers. And then he goes, assemble, everyone goes ape shit. Fight, go on.
I thought it was overhyped. But anyway.
I don't give a shit.
They
He
just-
said
I
I
mean,
it.
it's
thought it
been
was
12 years.
It
of
kind of got a
waiting
pop
for
in
the
the
Said it.
theater.
And he
Avengers
teases it.
Assemble. Yeah,
I
it's
I
all
wish he
coming.
would have. I wish he would have bellowed it out, like belted it out, and then Thanos was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Oh
yeah.
shit!" Like,
And Pepper Potts comes in her rescue arm. That's what she's
oh
called.
yeah,
She's
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Pepper Potts is there
She's
in
in the
her
blue and gold
in
one,
her
yeah.
blue and gold armor. Big fight breaks out. Everything. That's probably the coolest part.
It's a real long fight.
Oh yes, Howard the Duck was behind Wasp.
Oh wow.
Yes,
I didn't know
Wasp
that.
comes back.
So-
Yeah.
Is he digital or is he a?
Yeah, he
A costume.
CGI.
He has to be
He's
CGI. Yeah.
Definitely CGI.
But Howard Duck is in the fight.
I didn't know he disappeared because he's only in that after
now I
credits
gotta
scene.
watch. I gotta
Guardians
watch
1.
with the Wasp now.
Yeah. So big fight breaks out. Key moments really is they're trying to get the gauntlet back to the time machine in the van so they can get the stones out of
To
there.
Throw it into the quantum realm and destroy it. basically.
Yes. So pretty much they're trying to destroy it. Because if you destroy it, I don't know. They didn't think it through. They were just trying to get it away from
Yeah,
Thanos.
they figured it
Mhm.
the problem we got.
Yeah, it would be better off just trying to redo the timeline than have Thanos get it and ruin everything
Yeah.
again.
But he gets it though, right?
No.
Well, wait a minute.
He
No,
does
no,
get the
way
gauntlet.
before.
He does put it on.
Yeah, it does.
No,
right?
he doesn't get it on, but he gets it.
Not yet.
He
No,
starts-
he
'cause
gets
it's just-
electrocuted.
It's this
Yeah.
He has it
whole.
on.
It's this whole
Yeah.
montage, and they get it was like they were playing football.
It was. It was
Yeah.
like it was like a rugby match.
Yeah,
so it was
pretty
like
much.
a giant rugby match. Then there's a scene where Thanos says to his ship, "Just rain down fire."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does have it on.
So he says they're like, "But you're going to destroy our ship, our people." He
Yeah,
goes,
it's-
I don't care.
Yeah.
So the ship just starts raining down
Yeah.
explosions
Very
all
Star
over
Wars.
people. Yeah.
And Spider-Man coming out of the woodwork, he's
with
just
his
like
with his auto kill suit.
Yeah, with
yeah,
the-
and he's like auto. Is
I don't know
like,
how I feel about
It was a
a
Scarlet Spider
superhero
suit.
having
have that, but
Yeah.
like.
but
I
he
feel
had to
like
do
yeah,
it.
but it's Peter Parker.
yeah, he wouldn't.
He
do
wasn't
Not
technically
Iron
killing.
Man.
The machine was technically killing. So
Okay, well, that's the same argument
That's
of-
up to debate.
Is the gun killing
Yeah.
or are you killing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he has no control over his legs. That's all Friday.
yeah.
that.
So the ship is just destroying the battlefield. The heroes are starting to lose some momentum.
Spider-Man's doing his
The hot
thing,
tag.
and then
all of a sudden,
See that comet come.
the comet comes and goes right through the ship and destroys everything. Captain Marvel is now.
this
in the
is
fight.
a massive ship too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
she goes
Star
through it
Destroyer.
like what 4
Butter.
times
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
or something
Like,
like
just like
nothing.
butter.
shush, one good shot.
Yeah.
And they say,
One
where
good shot.
were you? And she's the same with the other plants on the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She comes down. Then there's this scene where it's the girl power movement. So she's standing there with the
Because they're
gauntlet.
passing the gauntlet to everybody.
Yeah.
They're passing the
Mhm.
Valkyrie.
So
and
they have-
Peter's holding
The
it.
girls have the gauntlet, and she goes, "Can I have that?" And Peter goes, "Yes."
Yeah.
And
And Black Panther had it. They were when they're passing it
Yeah.
off.
so now Captain Marvel has the gauntlet. I mean, there's stuff in there, obviously, more details, but she has the gauntlet. Then every female Marvel
It's
Universe
like a nice
character forms
pose.
this giant.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They pose.
"We'll help you get through this." And I'm thinking to myself, as cool as that was, she needs no help. She just took down that ship.
Yeah.
She just bolts right through everybody anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just
Um,
cool. I mean, there
yeah,
was the
I mean,
A-Force comic, which
it is
has all the
cool.
girls, but just no. Obviously no
So
She-Hulk
then
and the
she
X-Men.
gets taken out.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel all the way
Thanos
there.
gets the glove.
Yeah.
Thanos puts the glove on,
Yeah.
and he looks like he's gonna snap. And right before he snaps, Captain Marvel grabs his hand and
Yeah.
says, "Nope,
I thought it was Iron Man.
nope." Captain Marvel. They
And
start
then-
fighting.
yeah.
She starts pulling the glove off. As she's pulling the glove off,
Thanos
he pulls
pulls the
out the
Power
Power Stone
Stone
and
and-
punches her
and
Oh, okay.
shoots her out
and shoots her out of the
like
fight.
a meteorite.
He throws the stone back in. He goes to snap again. Iron Man jumps.
Yeah.
and
You
grabs
missed,
his,
you missed a huge part
what's part
when
did I
they're
miss?
fighting. When they're fighting, he's breaking Cap's shield. And Cap's
Oh, yeah,
shield is
yeah.
all
Oh,
fucked
that
up.
was-
and
That
That
was
he's
like
like-
even way
and he's
before.
looking like he's gonna
That was
die.
like
Yeah.
way
And
he's
before.
gonna
Wow,
kill
we
Thor.
really,
Yeah.
we really
Chest.
fucked up on
And then
the
Cap,
spoiler.
yeah, and then Cap's
he almost
there.
kills. He almost
Cap's
kills.
hammer?
Yeah, he almost kills. Yeah, he almost
Wow,
kills
we
Cap.
really
Cap
jumped
goes like
around
that.
It jumps around a lot. I'm sorry.
And then he pulls the Mjolnir and people, and then like Thor's like, I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cap stands up and the shield just reforms. He
Yeah.
starts fighting with the hammer. That was awesome.
But it always brings.
that got a big pop in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed
Yeah.
So
that.
Captain has proven he's worthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we knew
And
from
Thor was
Age of
thrilled
Ultron when
about
he
it.
moved it, and then he didn't
He
want to pick it up
budged.
because he didn't want to show up.
And Thor was thrilled that he actually
Yeah.
got to do it.
And when they
to
were fighting
somebody
too,
else,
yeah.
Be like,
And they're
"Oh,
fighting
I
through
got
there. They
him."
were kept throwing their axes around and stuff, and then Cap caught Stormbreaker and Thor caught Mjolnir, and he says, "Here, you take this one. That one's bigger."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was I completely forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh,
And that was a huge scene.
Yeah.
man, we butchered the spoiler. It's okay though. It's fine.
It's just funny though because
There's a lot going
that was
on.
funny.
Well,
Yeah.
There's a lot
Once we
going
get
on.
through the
Yeah.
spoilers, then we can
Jump
talk
around,
theory. That's what the theory is the big thing.
Okay, all right.
So he gets the glove. He goes to snap. Iron Man grabs the hand.
But no, he does snap. Nothing happens.
No, he
Yeah,
tried
he
to
does
do
snap.
it.
He's about
He
to.
tried to
No.
do it.
No.
Then Thanos tried to snap, and then all the gems got
Yeah.
up to Iron Man's
He
gauntlet,
goes
and
to
then he
yeah,
goes.
He goes to
"I
snap.
am Iron Man.
He goes to snap.
Didn't he
Iron Man.
successfully
He
snap
did,
it though?
and nothing
goes-
He
happened.
snaps
Yeah.
and nothing happened.
Listen, he goes to snap. Iron Man grabs his hand.
Right.
And he just smashes Iron Man away.
Right.
Get away from me. And then he
Snaps.
snaps and nothing happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to Iron Man and he has all the gems on
And I
his
like how
glove.
they
on
like
his right
slide up
hand
his
for some
glove.
reason.
Yeah, on his
Yeah.
right hand.
That
I
was
don't know how
pretty
I feel
bitchin'.
about that.
I like
And-
that.
Thanos' line, "I am inevitable." Tony just turns and looks at him. He's like,
I
"Oh
I
yeah."
am Iron Man.
Yeah. Very Black Sabbath to do when he
Oh,
plays
yeah.
him.
I did like though. I'm gonna go back when Iron Man turns to Doctor Strange and he's like, "Is this the one?" And he's like, "If I tell you, it won't happen."
Yeah.
Yes, that's something that happened.
And then
So Iron Man.
before he went and grabbed the stones, he looked at Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange just kind of gave him the look.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you know what you have to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. I looked at him. Yeah.
So he halfway through the fight, he
Right.
goes, "Is this? Are we doing this right?" And he pretty
I
much
told
says to
you.
him, "If I told you, it would never happen." So he knew that this was going to happen. Iron Man, when he snaps his fingers, he's just a mortal human.
Well,
He will
part-
not survive.
right,
He
I was
will
gonna
not
say.
survive the glove. And when he snaps his fingers, he's gone.
Yeah.
So
well, no,
I-
all the aliens start dying. He still lives
Yeah.
for a little bit.
And then Thanos just sits down.
Yeah,
I do have a
so-
question about the
shit,
stones.
they won.
as
So
well.
everyone who came through the time machine that is now there is now going back to 2014. They're just disappearing. Like they're just like I don't think they die. I just think they go back to where they came from.
No,
No, Tony destroyed them.
no.
Yeah,
Everyone
they're
that came
gone.
back.
They're dust.
Oh yeah, all the bad guys are dead.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
does he kill them or does he
Yeah,
send
they're,
them?
they're
gone.
dead. They're
Oh, they're
dead.
dead.
But you don't know that. You don't.
He
'cause
did to them what
Yeah.
they
Thanos
did.
did.
Yes,
everybody
but
else.
once again, that you have to complete that full circle. If you take the people out of 2014 and bring them here, then eliminate them, everything that they would have done in 2014 never existed.
Right.
But if
That's
you
why
just
Back to the
if
Future
you
is
just
real.
if you just reset everything,
Yeah, but he did it.
you don't know that.
Yeah, they said that because Hulk said that everything will be reset. They said it. What they would whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because remember when Iron Man says we can bring everyone back, but everything that happens has to stay because of his daughter.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah.
how
So
they
he
explained that.
snaps. I guess they are dead.
So-
I missed that part.
So, question about the gauntlet before we go too far.
Okay.
If Tony would have put the stones on separately and have taken those jolts, not all at once, would he have survived?
I guess they don't work if they're not all together.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that's not what I mean. Like in
So,
the
like,
original
other
one,
words, like
Thanos got them one at a time
Yeah.
and took that energy through his body.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
Would he have
yeah.
survived, or was
Well,
it
even
the
when Thanos put
massive
the
power
gauntlet
between all?
Yeah.
the
It's
second
probably
time when he
because
got
of
it,
all of it.
all the stones just reacted as soon as he put it on. He did
Right.
Like that,
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
That Hulk up
Yeah, he
power.
said if he would have did one at a time, like if
Like-
he took the time,
Right.
Right.
and then absorb one power.
Because when Thanos first got the glove, it didn't damage him. He just
I mean,
he
The
He was just
electric
like-
went through him.
yeah.
But
But it
yeah.
did.
yeah,
It
I guess
wasn't-
it's just too much power for him to handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
and don't forget, like I said to you after we got done the movie,
Hand me one of these.
Yeah.
Tony
Just-
Stark made a makeshift Infinity Gauntlet then too.
Right. So,
So,
Yeah.
I
Can we
mean,
tell
it
what
would have
flavor it
probably
is?
had a little bit of a different, it was from a different material.
That is a
same as-
ketchup
Oh.
mayonnaise pizza chip.
Pizza.
Pizza
It's
mayonnaise
good.
mayo pizza chip. And then you're about to eat a soggy cherry blossom Kit Kat. Good luck with that.
If you can get that sick going.
So Iron Man is gone. Huge, tragic. Everyone.
Yeah, well, Spider-Man gets to talk to him first,
Yeah,
and
Spider-
then Pepper comes over, and then he
Pepper
finally
says,
dies, but
"It's
he doesn't say
okay."
nothing. Yeah,
It's okay. You can finally let go.
Yeah.
You
and
can
then
finally rest.
you can finally rest, and then his arc turns off. He's gone. I'm just gonna fly through this last part because I want to get the theory right of the movie. Because if you're sitting here watching it
Yeah.
for the spoilers, you know everything we're talking about.
but they're not talking.
I know,
Yeah.
but anyway, and we are getting like an hour 35. So they want to put the stones exactly back where they found them. Captain says, "I'll do it." He takes the stones. He takes the hammer. He goes back in time, and he never comes back. And they're like, "What's going on?" And Bucky, right before he leaves, he goes, "I'll see you soon." And he goes, "What is it?
Don't do anything.
Don't do anything stupid."
Yeah, you
Bucky
take the
goes, "You're
stupid
gonna
with
take
you."
all the stupid with you," which is a callback line. And Bucky goes, "I'm gonna miss you, man." And he
Yeah.
goes, Bucky knew he wasn't coming back.
yeah.
He goes back in time, and they look over at the bench, and there's an old man sitting there. It's Captain America. He's like 1,000 years old. he's
Yeah.
not that old.
Which he shouldn't
Yeah,
be,
it's
but
like,
yeah.
He didn't age well.
And he pretty much said, "I met a girl." And he goes, "Who's the girl?" And he goes, "You don't need to know."
Yeah, I didn't
And
get that.
he pretty
Cap
much,
would have told him.
yeah. And
I don't agree with that.
and he said, "Here, I want you to have this." And he passes the shield on to
Sam
Sam
Wilson, yeah.
Sam Wilson.
Falcon.
So Falcon's
Who
going to
did have a run of Captain America
Yep.
where he was
Mhm.
Captain America.
Which
and-
was
and
after
Bucky-
the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and Bucky gave him the nod, like
Yeah.
it's cool.
And it's cool because in the comic, Cap was old at the time, and then Cap gets young again, and he gets a shield back.
Yeah, which happened as well.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch more happens. They have a funeral. The kid from Iron Man 3 is there.
I said, "Who was that?"
I
had
really
no
like
idea.
that kid. Though,
Nick
as an
Fury
actor.
walks out. It's like,
Nick-
"Oh, I forgot about Nick Fury."
Nick Fury's
There's
there.
one enough cameo appearance
Yeah.
all the way at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's there. I'm trying to think of it because
Thor goes with the Guardians because he lets Valkyrie run
Thor's
the
now
gas
with the
guard.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And that was a good scene.
Who's
We
gonna
all
be the
know
leader?
who the leader is here. Yes, we certainly do. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's
And then-
me, of course.
And
it's
then
you.
Batista Drax is like, "You should fight over it. We have some guns. I have some knives."
It's like, no, there will be no knives.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at us as Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then Valkyrie
Which
goes
is a comic
to,
too. I'm like,
It
that's
is.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then Valkyrie goes to New Asgard.
Yeah,
she
and
becomes-
like, Thor's
she's
just
now-
like,
he's-
yeah, you're
in charge.
You're the
Yeah.
one.
Yep,
You're the
you're in
one.
charge.
I want to rock and roll somewhere else.
Yep. So you're setting up a Guardians Thor movie.
Well, Guardians 3, because the first thing you see is he searching for Gamora, which I called. I don't know if you noticed that Guardians 3 would be the quest for Gamora.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
why do you think you could touch the
You gotta
map?
remember
Because she
back,
just took off then.
back in the movie, Peter sees Gamora and it's like, "I can't
Oh.
believe you're here, this, that, and the other." And she
She
knees
ca-
him right in his crotch.
Yeah.
Twice.
And she goes, is this the one? Is this or a tree?
"Is it between him or a tree?" So yeah, that all happens. Now theory time.
All right.
Captain goes back. Captain's gone. Black Widow's gone.
Mhm.
Iron Man's gone.
Thor stayed.
Regular. Well,
Thor's now with the
first
Guardians.
Gamora.
You have Thor with the Guardians. You're gonna have a whole line of Falcon and
Scarlet Witch.
Winter Soldier.
and there's
Winter Soldier
and,
line.
and don't
Scarlet Witch.
forget Vision too. Vision's gone
Vision,
now.
yeah, he never came back because he died before. He didn't get.
Yeah,
snapped.
Yeah. So no
But they're
Vision.
supposed to have a Vision Scarlet Witch show on Hulu too. Or
I'm gonna get
Disney
to that.
Plus.
I'm gonna get to that
Yeah.
too.
So Vision's gone. No, they
I'll
have
get
no
to that.
Vision.
Yeah.
So
It'd be worth it. Put it that way.
Captain, does he destroy the timeline by going back?
Yeah, would it-
here's
yeah.
what. Here's
Well, it's not Back to the Future rules, so
No,
probably
because
not.
technically he
Couple-
reset the timeline because he came back to where he originally left.
But
Here's
he
what-
interacted with someone from the past and started a completely
Yeah,
brand
and he
new life.
lived there for the rest of his life.
There's a butterfly effect
so
there.
so he.
But they said
so-
that wouldn't happen if he would go back. But there would be like two
So
captains
wait.
back then.
So
There is two
wait.
captains
He
back
put
Yeah.
everything back,
So
so he
wait,
reset the
wait.
timeline, but he never came back.
What if he killed Captain America?
Technically, he put himself
Oh,
in the
God.
spot right where he would have been frozen in the ice. Like,
Yeah.
You know the answer. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Never-
so it's like he never left.
yeah.
So
But he wouldn't be that
can,
old.
Can I say my theory at
real quick,
least?
we'll get
Son
there.
of a bitch, all right.
In reality, yes, there is two Captain Americas in that universe. But you don't think that she had any effect on anything, and now she's like, "Oh, I know Captain's still
Wait,
here."
I thought he skipped that.
No, she
He was
went
frozen.
He went back and no, he's still.
You know, he went back like after probably.
He
It
was
makes
gone.
sense where he was gone, so she would think he's dead. And then he
So
just
it
came
was
back
that
to set him
missing
up.
section where he didn't exist. He was frozen away.
Yes,
Yeah.
but,
You'd
but
never
there's
cross
two
himself.
captains, so that one captain's still going
Okay.
to live his life as captain.
But he doesn't have to because everyone thinks he's frozen.
Yeah. He could have changed his name. He could have been somebody
Come
else.
on, I want to say my.
Well, no, it
I wanna
has
say
to
my
be Steve
theory,
Rogers.
damn it.
There's
Yeah.
two.
come
There's
on.
two Steve Rogers. There's one that's going to become
Oh my
captain,
God.
and there's the
Ah.
past one. Relax, Ben.
Like his Petty Carter doesn't know.
Does it apply to what we're saying? Then go ahead.
Okay, my theory. He used all the Infinity Stones. One, the Time Stone to age a lot faster. The Power Stone to have the ability to get out of the ice. The Soul, if he was like weak enough.
He doesn't have to get on the ice.
He doesn't have
But
to
I'm
know
just,
that.
I'm just saying though.
What we're saying. This is why. I
At
said-
least he did some of the stones and then lived his regular life. Then with.
So he just
Peg-
killed. He killed his doppelganger.
No, he went back to. He went
That's
back.
what I'm saying. You took a different. We're talking
Yeah.
about there's two people.
Ah.
If you were to go back to the past, there's going to be two Ben Craigs in that world. Your Ben Craig is going to go through the events of their life
Yeah,
as
he
if
did.
as if you normally did.
Well,
but
he
the
could
other
use
Ben
the
Cra-
reality stone though too.
But he
to
doesn't
blend
have
in at
to.
the
He
same
doesn't
time.
have to.
He doesn't have to use anything
No.
because
Captain America. is in the ice.
1945 Cap gets frozen in the ice.
And
So
he
he
hasn't-
goes,
So he
and-
goes back to being Steve
and
Rogers.
then he goes to Peggy. Says, "Oh, I'm not dead." Makes up some stupid reason, and then lives his life with her.
Yes.
But
Do you think she
he doesn't
knows?
come back till 2012 or whatever. Peggy's dead.
He goes
Yeah.
back to 1970 because it's the furthest he has to go back.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
goes
does.
back to 1940, whatever.
But he has to take he has to put the Tesseract back where he found it.
Well, yeah, he does that, and then he goes back.
Probably
to
does
Peggy.
that last, but
Yeah.
You don't know that though.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't that make the most sense? He would go there last after he put all the gems back.
but why not? Why not do the time stone and have it? Have him speed up
Because then he
with
would have
his
kept the
aging?
time stone.
Well, no, saying that, no, power up with the age and give it to the
So that there's not two.
the Major Sorcerer Supreme, and then going in between that time when they're going back. And then into the 70s, he would have been at the right time frame, and then became
But then he would have
Walden
been.
afterwards.
Peggy Carter would have been 50 at that time. So he would
What,
be
in the
like,
seven- in
I've
the
been gone for
70s?
30 years,
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah,
he-
you're right,
He,
yeah.
he would have to. One or two things would have to happen. He would have to explain
But
to
you
her.
know what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at, though.
He would have to explain to her
Yeah.
that I am from the future,
Or I'm not. I didn't die.
or I didn't die. He would
Yeah.
have to trick her, but he would still have to keep her in the cold because there is a Captain America living his life right now.
But he's
As-
frozen. But he's frozen until 2012.
Yeah, after she's
Yeah.
dead.
So she.
So
yeah,
maybe
she-
after
yeah.
he could live a
Well,
life
no,
with
she
her.
dies 3 years after the fact. So she already would have been an old lady anyway. So if they were living together, it wouldn't have mattered because she wouldn't have comprehended because she had dementia. The fact that Captain America was back in 2012.
Oh,
That
she-
makes
oh,
sense.
okay.
So yeah, he lives a life with her. She dies. The captain comes out of the ice, but there's still like he can't be Rogers because Rogers.
No, he has.
is-
To, yeah, he has
yeah.
to be someone.
Because
He's
different.
Steve Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to change some things.
Plus,
there.
then Peggy didn't have her kid then, unless it's her kid.
Yes.
You know. So
And
like,
then also,
I don't think the real Cap would do that because he wouldn't sacrifice other people's lives just so he could be happy.
so there,
And he wouldn't leave his friends hanging in the future.
there's a Captain movie that there has to be a Captain movie. You have to explain why he did that.
Yeah.
And
No,
why the
there
hell?
actually is
Why did he
the
age?
Falcon.
Yeah,
It's
he
actually
shouldn't
the
have aged.
Falcon Falcon Winter Soldier thing that they're going to try and explain.
He
because
ages like
the Russo brothers are saying something about
Yeah,
it.
he
They have
ages-
to figure
explain
that
it.
out.
Cap
Yeah.
in present time went back to the 70s and lived his life. I mean,
back
you
in
only
the
would have
50s.
came back. Yeah, you would have came back at that point when he finally sat on that bench. He would have been an old man.
He doesn't
No.
age like that though.
Yeah, I think they're saying he walked to that bench because he knew they would meet him at that time.
Yeah.
He didn't time travel there. He walked there.
Yeah, he knew at this point in time I have to be here.
But
at this
he would only
location.
be 10 years older because
Yeah.
he ages like 1 year for every 10.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's where I was saying about the time stone to actually
Yeah.
speed up his body.
I don't think
But then he would have kept it.
But the thing is, you
Right?
can't. You
No,
can't
it would have
physically-
set a
went back to the
permanent
point
thing
that he
to him
stopped
and to
himself
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
getting the
you
full
can't
brunt
physically
of-
just hold the stone in your hand and use it. That's not how.
Well,
the
no,
stones work.
have the other
Wait a
source.
minute.
But yet,
The monk-
How much Pym particles did he have though? Did he go back to the beginning and wait it out?
I think he returned them all except the time
When-
stone.
when he
I
took
think
got, like,
can still
4
use it.
vials.
When he took the pimp,
Had
yeah, he
4
took
vials.
a bunch of vials.
Oh,
with it.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it may make sense
He
if
took enough
he
to
went
make each
back
trip and
so
come back.
far
Yeah.
But he
that
didn't
he
come
just
back.
waited for those points in time and kind of hit out instead of jumping,
He could have done that too. He could have.
and that's why he was old.
That's very
No,
possible.
because when you time travel, you don't age.
Yeah.
No,
Because your
no,
time
that's what I
displaced.
mean. I'm saying he didn't time travel. He time traveled back to the very first
Oh.
point and just waited and put the stones back.
I don't know. I think he would have jumped it.
Yeah.
Right,
But,
I
but-
mean-
but they do show him living a life with her. They're dancing
Yeah.
in the living
Yeah.
room.
Yes.
So that has to be explained because if he by him doing that, he has created a ripple, regardless of how whatever the rules are. That he created a ripple, and on top of that, regardless of how everything went down, the Tesseract goes back to 1970. But they've created a new reality or a new universe where now Loki has taken the Tesseract
Yeah.
in New York in 2014 and has completely altered.
So there's two. Yeah.
He
Everything
altered.
after.
He altered
Yeah.
Thor: Dark World. He's altered Civil War. He's altered everything
Yeah.
after that point
Infinity War.
because now he has the Tesseract. Like the only way he loses that Tesseract is if Thanos physically comes to him to get it.
Yeah.
So there's a
But
whole other
Thanos
ripple
is
there.
dead.
Yeah, Thanos is dead. Thanos is gone. Nobody's coming after it unless they put
Yeah,
Galactus in, which was teased.
The Galactus don't care about the Infinity
No.
Stone.
yeah. He don't need a stone.
But don't forget though, too, Peter Parker says a valid point. He's like, "Oh well, we were here at this one place, and Doctor Strange and everybody else were there then too." And then all of a sudden, once we
Yeah, they
were
went
able
somewhere
to
for
do
that
it,
5
yeah.
years.
Yeah, they went
So
to like
technically,
they went to an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
yeah. So technically, there's that, and I think they might break out Thanos again, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you can always bring him back.
But even when I saw the spoilers, how they were talking the timeline, even if Cap would have lived his life and did what he wanted to do for those 80 years, they said the timeline would have been repaired when he got back to that point because he came back to that point.
It wouldn't have if he lived a life with that girl.
But you would have to. Well,
So what's her daughter's name?
Well, unless
Her
he
niece, her
lived it
niece.
and then jumped
Yeah.
and erased
Peggy
it.
and
Carter.
going to the fact that he gave the time stone last, did all that stuff. I don't know.
We don't
I
know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
you know, they don't. Yeah, it's just
They
stuff.
left it wide open.
Yeah.
It would
And-
make the most
or
sense where he
interpretation.
returned
And they-
everything and then finally
they
went back to
don't use- They
1945.
don't use the time. The girl doesn't use the time stone to manipulate time. That's her ability already.
Yeah.
She's just protecting the stone.
What if he replayed those years over and over again?
Maybe that sounds a little weird though. They
No, but
could've.
I mean, it
So
would
kinda
explain
like
why
what's-
he aged
'Cause he
as
kept
much
doing
as
it
he
and
did.
doing it, yeah.
He just kept going back to that same point
And then,
and going through it again and again and
then
again.
he would have got older though, so like she would have met him. Like, he's gonna say, let's say he did it 3 times. He's
So
go back to
kinda
his fourth
like a
cycle.
whole time
now he's
loop
older
then.
and he's meeting her, and she's like,
Mhm.
"Why are you so old?"
But eventually, he would go back and never go there.
Yeah.
So pretty much
So
the whole time.
she would
loop
never
thing.
know, but he would always have those memories.
Okay, yeah.
Of those
Whole time loop from Doctor
regardless,
Strange, pretty
regardless,
much.
whatever Chris Evans says he wants to do, they cannot just leave. Like if they just never talk about anything that happened after Endgame and just keep making movies, I will be pissed because now I was not that invested in the Marvel movies, and now I'm like, well, what the fuck did you do in the past? I'm
Yeah.
more excited about that than anything that you're gonna make in the future. That's where I'm at right now.
Let me ask you guys this: if this is the final time we are seeing those characters that died, are you okay with the way they went out?
Yes,
I'm fine.
yes. Another cool. All
Definitely
right,
didn't
so
mind Iron Man.
what I think the movie's franchise started with Iron Man, and he went out the way he should have went out.
and that was the whole thing where it's like it start the beginning, you know.
And I
he did
love
the whole
and I
line,
love
yeah.
how I know he was a character and it was easier to bring him back as a character. But if you really want to get technical, that entire Marvel franchise was literally put on the back of Iron Man 1 that was directed by John Favreau, and then he was in the movie as
Happy Hogan.
yeah.
But
and-
didn't he get paid less or something? Or
He
Robert
didn't do the
Downey
third
Jr. or
one.
whatever
Oh,
originally, and then it blew up everything. So he was like in his contract, everything had to revolve around him after that point because his movie was such a
Oh,
success?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is they paid
His
him off.
contract is worded that
I don't know
no
that
matter
just
what,
because-
if as long as there's an Iron Man movie, he must be in it.
Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Which
He
is
wanted some kind of like
which he
relevant
deserves.
show.
I mean,
That's the least.
as a
yeah.
Why wouldn't they,
I like
though,
him
yeah?
as a person. I think that he got the just due of saying goodbye to Iron Man and being part of the universe and ending it. So I'm
It
cool with
turned his
that.
career around.
Yeah, 100%. And then he got bigger projects, especially from Disney. They gave him the Jungle Book,
Then he had the
And
two
I-
Sherlock Holmes
and I
movies.
believe he's doing the Lion King as well.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I believe he is. I could be wrong. I think
You know what I think? I don't think Cap as pure and as good as he would. I don't think he would have did what he did.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't think that doesn't seem like a Captain America thing to
He
do.
could
Like
have
he would
done-
have said, like that sounds like, but the temptation is
I
not
don't know.
there.
Kind
He's
of like
too
the
much of a
whole,
Boy Scout.
But even
Yeah.
he said, Tony
Kinda
said,
the
Superman
"Charm
wouldn't do
life, I
that.
got myself a
kind of
life."
like the charm. Maybe he might have had somebody be like, "Hey, look, are you
Well, he
able
took-
to do
he
this?
took
No, I
Tony's-
can't do this."
He
Yeah.
took Tony's advice by saying you should live life a little
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I still I don't
think,
know. Who
I
knows?
think he would say no.
I mean,
Can't do
the events that happened to him and watching everyone go so many times and living so long in I don't know, maybe it changed him a little bit, but I don't think he would go back and purposely mess with time the way he did.
No, because
Which
he
is-
would knew Peggy Carter
Yeah.
married somebody and had a daughter, and he wouldn't go back and change it.
I 100% agree with that theory. I don't think he would either, but that's what they did with him, so they have to explain it.
Yeah, so I mean, it was
Um,
good story way to explain it.
Now you're a comic guy,
Yeah,
and I obviously you don't really tote the line of one team versus another or
Yeah.
one brand versus another. I think you're very down the middle
yeah.
when it comes to it. All right, Avengers as a team in that movie, Justice League.
Who's better?
Who wins that fight?
Well, it's probably the Avengers because there's more of them. You know,
All right, but in,
there's just
in
more.
reality, Miss
Captain Marvel and
Captain,
Superman could fight off.
Captain Marvel
Yeah,
was like,
Scarlet Witch could take out Superman because of magic.
yes, but what I'm saying, the Captain Marvel strength of her
Yeah,
and how she did all that.
yeah. She's
Like
Superman.
Superman would have little just flew down and just fucked that
Yeah.
shit up. Like
Yeah.
it would have never been.
Yeah.
It wouldn't like they wouldn't even needed all those characters.
No, no.
He's like, oh, you have something on your arm, gone.
Yeah.
Zoop. Like you know what I mean? Like
But are you trying to compare Thanos to Darkseid?
no, because Darkseid would destroy Thanos.
And not only that,
Darkseid
Darkseid actually came before Thanos. but, yeah.
Darkseid doesn't need a glove to be powerful.
This
Darkseid's
is
that,
Omega
yeah.
beams.
But the whole bullshit with DC, they do overpowered characters. And I'm saying it
Everybody,
because
yeah.
that's way overpowered. Superman, if he really wanted to, they tried killing. He tried doing things, and
Hulk
they made
is-
him progress. He made him progressively.
Hulk and not Spider.
You can at least try it. You can at least kill
Yeah,
the
but a
Hulk,
one-armed
not
Hulk?
Superman.
He shouldn't be able to kill Superman. He's daddy.
Well,
Unless
no
you
kidding.
suffocate
That's
him.
why he's
Unless you somehow
overpowered.
suffocate him.
He's overpowered. Darkseid overpowered.
Hit him with that
Doomsday
kryptonite bullet.
overpowered. They're unrealistic.
Well,
Because
the magic
you have
people
to
can take
you
him.
have to make powerful characters. that
Doctor
compensate
Strange
for-
and
Well,
Scarlet
right,
Witch
I
could
get
take out
that.
Superman.
Who?
Because Superman's his weakness is
Doctor
magic.
Strange
He
can
could get
open a
it.
portal to a planet.
So
that
Doctor
doesn't
Strange
know
and
the sun.
Scarlet Witch could,
yeah.
in essence, take out Superman.
Yeah, when it comes to power versus power,
Yeah.
DC wins. I think if it comes brain versus brain, I still think DC wins. I think Batman and
It's
some of the
smart.
some
It's
of the
smart
brains.
Iron
Yeah.
Man.
When it comes to magic wise, obviously Marvel wins.
Yeah.
I imagine.
I don't know. They have Shazam.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah. they
No,
have,
I know. I just
Shazam's
Doctor
not-
Fate,
yeah.
but he's
I
the
love
main
the movie.
character. And Zatanna, but
Shazam would like power wise. If you look at the most powerful characters of Marvel versus power of DC, like not even take Superman out of the equation.
it's just Thor and
no-
Captain Marvel.
No one's getting past.
And-
no
and-
one's even getting past Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She fucked them all up.
Darkseid and Doomsday. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Well, I mean, for good guys
and
on
even
Marvel side.
killing Doomsday, it's like you kill him once, and then it's like you got to figure out another way. Nuclear strike, you kill him, and then he comes back. It's like, where are you going to kill him? What next? Throw him in the sun.
Yeah.
He dies. Guess what? Oh, you got to kill
Why
him.
does he come back?
He's
I'm not
he,
understanding.
It's
just
a fucked up.
regenerates.
It's a fucked up
He's-
thing.
He's a
yeah.
pre-programmed monster who was created before the people of Kryptonia to master their fighting skills. So but you can never kill Doomsday the same way twice.
So like
So
if you
it-
shot him with the gun,
So
that was the only
so
one
Doomsday
time
was
deal.
created to pretty much be a human crash test dummy, and the people of Krypton used him to like better their combat. So,
Okay, well that seems like the dumbest idea.
Yeah,
on their
'cause wouldn't
part.
he
Like,
eventually be
why would
unstoppable?
you-
and that's
Yeah.
pretty much what he
If
became.
I
He
only
became
had the brain.
he became
Doomsday's killed Superman what, at least 3 times?
once.
Yeah, well, then he
Once
comes back and he
for
kills
Death
like
in
New
Return,
52
yeah.
Superman, but he
Yeah.
turns to
Yeah.
dust. And
Yeah.
it's confusing.
But,
Yeah, that's why I don't like about DC. It's just the fact
Yeah.
that they're you got it's over. And like even if you I went on the DC website at one
well,
point.
DC makes them overpowered strength, but Marvel makes people overpowered with magic.
I mean,
So they have a balance.
You're it's like to me,
Plus
it's
there's mutants,
for
you know?
me. Yeah.
Huh?
Marvel
Yeah.
has mutants, but
Yeah.
DC doesn't really. They have their mutants, but they're not.
There's
Yeah.
metahumans.
Metahumans, and they said
Metahumans.
there is mutants, but it's not mutants like at
Yeah.
Marvel. It's
Oh,
just-
that bullshit.
Yeah, it's
thing.
stupid.
And
Oh.
most of the heavy hitters that DC created, Marvel made spin-offs of them anyway.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Like
Vice
Captain
versa.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But it comes heavier from the Marvel side. than
Yeah, like the
DC
Justice
side.
League is almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like really. I mean, maybe they'll take out Flash from that. No, Batman. It's like,
They're gonna take out. Who's gonna take out Flash?
yeah, I don't know. Like, are they gonna take out Green Lantern? Like, I
Flash's
don't
best
know.
power Superman can do.
Which is, I don't like that. I always like that Flash should always be faster than Superman.
I agree.
Because then, if he's not, then what's the point of Flash?
Yeah, but he can only run fast. Can he vibrate?
No.
Because technically,
Well,
he can just phase
well,
through
if they want-
Superman.
If they want to, they can make him.
Yeah.
You know?
They
But
change
no,
it.
he shouldn't be. He's just real fast.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if Superman caught him, he could just vibrate fast
he
enough that
can
it's
get
just,
out of it. Yeah.
oh, he's gone.
He should, yeah.
I only know that from watching the Flash
Yeah.
show. So
But yeah.
yeah,
It's all right,
is that
it's
thing.
cool.
But
Could
looking
you imagine if
forward,
Flash-
2019, the rest of 2019, 2020.
Looking
What
forward to
movies
Spider-Man: Far From Home. Sorry, I cut you off.
You
there.
knew exactly where I was
There's
going.
that.
Yeah.
Wonder
Spider-Man.
Woman 86 or 80, whatever it is
Well, we'll
next
just,
year.
we'll just stick with Marvel. So
It's just Spider-Man and
it's just
What I'm
Spider-Man.
looking forward to is upcoming movies. I like the fact that I love the Inhuman series, even though it was only like 8
that's
shows
not
on
official,
ABC.
is it?
Yeah, 2020, I believe.
No, I don't think it is.
Inhumans.
It was
Those
2020
are-
or
it's kinda
2021.
They're
That's another one.
I don't know. I
they
honestly.
go along the lines with Fantastic Four.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Inhuman. I wouldn't.
I have no desire.
I
to see
wouldn't
that.
bank that the Inhumans happens.
I don't think they're.
The
Here's,
reason they were making the Inhumans is because they didn't have.
yeah,
the
they
X-Men.
had all these movies lined up and like, oh, now we got X-Men, Fantastic Four. Yeah, we don't have to do that because like, there's no way in the world that Humans happens before X-Men or Fantastic
Realistically, if
Four. Or
the-
Deadpool.
this entire movie run that started with Iron Man, if they would have bought Marvel, if Disney would have bought Marvel and got every single character that they possibly had at their disposal in their first shot when they said we got all these characters, we're gonna make movies.
Yeah.
It probably would have been a 30.
They would've- they
They would
would've
have been
never
30
made-
films.
it-
Never, Ant-Man would have never seen the light of
You
day.
would never seen Iron. I would even beg to say you probably wouldn't have gotten Iron Man.
All right, so
movie.
here's what we got next.
I don't know.
Is that one? Let me see that picture because that one might be
I
fake.
think
There's a
you would
fake one going around.
No, it's just the list of what's coming up.
Oh, okay. Because the
Oh,
one says
so yeah,
Nova and it's like
They would have 1,000%
Wolverine.
made an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
We
That would
need
have
to go
been.
back
I would have been
more to
okay
They would
with
have
that.
made. They would have made a
cartoon
Fantastic
and
Four.
go from there.
Obviously,
They would have made a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
they would have to make a Captain America movie too.
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah,
America
they
would
would
have been
definitely.
made.
I think Iron Man.
Iron Man
eventually.
would have been like on the tier of Thor.
Yes, he would have been like Phase 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I even think
Let's see.
Thor would have been made before Iron Man.
I would say maybe 2. I would say maybe Phase 2 for Iron.
There
Man.
would be no Doctor Strange. That would be
Doctor
like,
Strange
no.
would
script
have.
the
Oh
best.
no way.
Captain Marvel would have only because
They need her.
They need
Female.
her. Captain. They would have never made Black Panther.
I don't think so either.
Never. Black Panther would never seen the light of day.
Well, they might have. They might.
get a
If they
black
would have made a
lead.
fantastic.
No, not Black Panther. Black Widow.
Oh.
Black Widow would never
yeah.
seen the light of day.
Okay, I was
Black,
gonna say.
Black Panther would have been made.
If they would have
eventually,
made,
not.
yes,
No, it wouldn't have been
not
the first.
eventually.
and if they would have made a Black Panther movie, they would have been,
Female character, they would have made. They would have made Captain Marvel first.
I could even maybe see an X-Men girl getting like a Jean Grey movie before
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
If they
Yeah.
were there from the
Speaking
start.
of Jean Grey movie.
Yeah, that's
I would-
coming out.
I would
What do you
say-
mean? I thought the trailer looked
The
good.
trailer I thought looked all right. I guess Emma Frost is in it. I don't know.
I mean, character
Wait a minute,
wise,
Emma
yes, but the
Frost?
way
Who's
that
that?
the premise
She's,
is, I just.
I thought that was the Flash.
So Jean Grey.
No, that's Killer Frost.
No, I know it's Killer.
Emma
But it's
Frost
her
is.
first.
Emma
name,
Frost
Emma?
is the white.
No.
Or
queen.
it's Katie.
Yeah,
Emma Frost
I
is
forget
the
her
white.
name.
Katie
Is it
Snell.
the
No,
is
it's a yeah.
Emma
Caitlin
Frost
Snell.
is a psychic.
Emma
like,
Frost is the White Queen.
white queen? I said.
Yeah.
I
So
was
Jean
just
Grey.
saying
Jean
that.
Grey
That's
gets
right.
created as the Phoenix, like the Fantastic Four did.
Well, the
Not
Phoenix comes from
exactly.
from space and possesses her. This
Yeah,
is the
that's,
Phoenix Force.
that's originally how it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But,
But at least they got some of the. They got like the majority of the X-Men.
Casting looks fine.
Yeah,
I'm cool with the
like,
cast.
I'm
just
excited
glad that
just
for
for the
that.
cast.
Yeah.
It's
Casting's
the last
fine.
one, so it doesn't matter what happens. They
Because
can all die.
honestly-
It
it
doesn't
can't be
matter.
worse than X-Men 3.
Yeah, X-Men 3 was
No,
terrible.
I
I'll tell
hate
you.
when people say that. I loved that movie, but I know nothing about comics,
Oh, I
so I
hate
just literally went in as This is a movie.
We'll
Okay.
put it this way.
So if
if you
comic wise, maybe not. I might feel
if you
differently,
kind of
but
want a better idea, but you want to kind of do it in like all in one shot, and you just want to rip right through it. If you want to do a whole series, do the X-Men cartoon series.
I liked
Basically, it
that.
just
That's
pretty
what
much
cartoons are great.
pulls
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
that overall.
We're gonna wrap here. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. So that was our end game talk.
It's great. I think it's great. What do you say? 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10?
I
say 10 out of 10.
I watched the Marvel
Absolutely.
series. I missed some of them. I didn't watch all of the movies.
I didn't see Ant-Man.
Oh,
and
it's
Wasp.
Doctor Strange,
so
man. Good
so
shit.
but I went into the movie as a comic book fan, but I'm being completely honest. Even when the DC side, I'm getting burnt out of the same heroes being made over and over and over again. I'm gravitating more towards heroes that are kind of like more obscure or brand new heroes because I still like the superhero idea. I enjoyed the movie. I think it's the greatest thing that's ever been put on film that people are making it out to be.
Some people say that. And
It's
the one
not.
podcast, one guy's like, "This is the fucking best movie I've ever seen in my life."
I would not go that strong.
I mean, in 3 hours and 2 minutes, it's up there with potentially one of the best movies of all time.
I would
no,
strongly
I would-
disagree.
Here's how
See,
I would
now
look
I don't
at
like
it.
dramas or anything like that. I don't like action.
Here's how I would
movies,
look
so
at it. If you
might
were
be the best for me.
if you're following the whole entire Marvel franchise, pretty much, except I never got to see Captain Marvel in theaters.
Yeah.
I never got to see Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. Overall, if you were following that whole entire ride, they had so much closure to it. But yes, there's more questions raised.
It was a good
and
tie. It was a good
questions
tie.
answered. But
Do you
the
think
whole
you
thing
could have
of it
enjoyed
is-
the movie if you'd never seen any?
No,
No,
If you had no idea.
And that's
if
why
you came from
maybe-
South Africa or something.
nope.
No,
disagree.
I would definitely
I
say
don't
you had
know.
to watch from
And that's
beginning
the
to
only
To be
reason
fair,
why
though-
I say it can never be coined as the greatest movie ever made because it's
It's a great franchise.
it's a franchise movie. So you have
great
to
franchise.
see some of the other even if you just skip the other ones and watch
Avengers. 1 and
Avengers, Civil War, you'll be fine.
2. Yeah.
I didn't watch any of those going into the first Infinity War.
Or you-
I
yeah,
was,
even
that
if
was
you-
fine.
Mhm.
So yeah. So I,
But
And,
you,
like-
you did miss some things that would have made more
That's-
sense to you.
That's
Well, yeah.
fine. But like the first one with the Infinity War, I never saw Doctor Strange, for instance, and I loved him in that movie. And I think that's why I didn't like this one as much because he was a character that I was like, I know nothing about. I want to know more. And I
Yeah.
went and watched his movie, and I was like, I waited 2 hours for him to show up.
yeah.
Like, come on. And Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, those are ones that I really like, and I like them together. So for me to wait 3 hours or whatever it was to
Because
see
he's
them, it
gone
was
for
like,
most
Speaking of Spider-Man, I feel like I kind of understand where you're coming from with being burnt out with the superhero movies, the rehashing. I mean, we watched fucking like 3 or 4 Spider-Man movies with the Green Goblin in it. Come
I'm okay
on.
with that.
Retire him. That's why I'm so thrilled.
There's
with
more than one
Mys-
enemy.
I know.
I mean, I
that's
get
why I'm
it.
thrilled with Mysterio. I'm like,
He's one of the-
excellent, Mysterio.
He's one of the
cool.
great-
wait,
Yes.
there's only one Green Goblin. No,
No.
two. Two.
Three.
movies of Green
There's
There's
2,
two.
and because when they
Technically
did Tobey
3.
Maguire, and then they
Technically
did they're doing the Andrew Garfield ones.
Andrew Garfield never had Green Goblin.
Well,
Yeah,
technically,
you did.
are we
Technically,
counting?
they're-
Remember, it was
kind of
he had
precursing to
like
it.
goggles and he was flying.
Are we counting New Goblin?
Yeah, new
Yeah,
goggles.
we're counting New
Yeah.
Goblin.
For part
fucking-
3?
Yep, we're doing that. Mhm. And like I'm like fed up with the Green Goblin. I actually was talking with my one buddy at one time. I'm like, we always made an inside joke. Oh, we're gonna throw the Green Goblin. I'm like, I'm so sick of the Green Goblin.
I just like the suit.
You burned that
Yeah.
character out, and you goofed up with casting Peter Parker 3 times,
Well,
and
yeah,
finally
and
got Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Keep him in there.
Yeah,
Done.
this Endgame was good. But if you're looking for some of the older phase superheroes to get there doing it like Nikolai did,
yes.
you're gonna be disappointed because this movie was to tie up the original 4.
Yeah, basically.
Watch the standalones.
Yeah. So this movie was the swan song for pretty much Captain and
Iron Man.
Captain,
Yeah.
Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Thor.
Yeah.
This is the Avenger and
The
Hulk.
original Avengers are done.
Avengers
Well,
1.
Thor's gonna stick around.
Yeah,
and
some
Hawkeye
characters are going to
stick
stick around, but
Mhm.
this was the swan song to say,
Yeah.
okay, now
The Avengers are. Yeah.
we're not going to throw all these other characters at you. Now it's time for Spider-Man to do his own thing.
Yeah,
It's
War
time for
Machine,
Black Widow to do his
Scarlet
own
Witch,
thing. Captain
Marvel.
Black Panther to do his own thing. Doctor Strange to do his own
Mhm.
thing.
And Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp. So like I said, going back, the greatest film ever made, I would strongly disagree with that. To me, a great strong film is a film that's it
Can
just
stand alone.
it stands alone.
Right.
It's a standalone film. So I think when people are like, "This is," it's kind of like watching
Is
a
it-
TV show you really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you dedicated your life and watched Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
The Office, anything for longer than 7 seasons or 10 seasons,
Yeah.
the very last episode, you're going to be like, oh my God, that was a great
Yeah.
because it tied it up.
Unless you hate
So
it
in
like
other words,
Dexter.
you're just saying the franchise.
Yes.
Well, here we go.
overall
Is
was
it the best
great.
comic book movie ever?
I'm
No.
in for Shazam.
Really? Wow.
I love Shazam.
I
I know
still haven't
nothing
seen it.
comics about it.
But you
but
are super
Shazam-
biased because you're so love the director.
That means nothing.
If that
I couldn't even name the
if
director.
he never directed
His
that,
name
Look up the back
David
history of-
Sandberg.
if he never
Look at the
directed that
backstory of
film,
I
Shazam.
would still love it.
Didn't he direct horror movies before?
He did.
That
He did
that's
Annabelle
awesome.
Creation and Lights Out,
Wow.
and then got Shazam.
That's cool.
see, I feel if he never directed it, you wouldn't even want to theater.
Well, guess what? We're not in that reality where that existence is a thing.
What is this
So
reality?
I will never
What is this
know.
reality?
And I don't
Who-
care to
who
know.
dug you out of the ice?
Yeah.
Leo?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
saying. I
Hell
think if Shazam was never directed by that guy,
So
you wouldn't even want the theaters.
So what do you say, Ben?
You're
Best comic book
allured,
movie
you're
ever?
allured by the director, and that's fine.
Right.
I would say
Being the best movie is crazy talking. I didn't even see it.
Because when you say best comic book movies, it comes down to Avengers. And
I would
Dark Knight.
say
Let's be honest.
probably just due to the
Avengers
fact that
War.
they
Well,
just
Infinity War,
I
I
wouldn't
guess.
do Dark Knight.
Really?
He doesn't like that.
I don't.
Was the Joker?
I
That one?
didn't. I didn't like the Christopher Nolan
Oh, really?
adaptation of Batman.
Yeah, I didn't. But I mean, that movie's very good. I thought, not to go off
As
on
a
something.
movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But to do justice,
He wanted to do it super realistic, and that.
I don't like
if
that.
you want to do super realistic, go do a war movie.
Yeah.
Don't do a Batman movie.
I don't.
But
yeah, I mean,
I don't like-
kind of like that.
I don't
kinda
want my.
take
I don't
on
want
it.
them, I
I'm
want them
kinda
realistic.
open.
They're superheroes.
yeah, you want. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
So don't do that. That's
I
what I,
don't know
would
if
say.
this
to
would
him.
count as a comic book movie.
It has to.
because it's more of a graphic novel for me. I'm just saying my
But
favorite
that-
comic
a
book movie.
graphic novel is a collection of comic books.
All right, so my favorite, in
Yeah.
all reality, my favorite comic movie that I watched, and I was like, man, this was awesome, and it paid tribute to the book in so many ways, and I thought it was a great movie. Sin City.
Really? Yeah, that was good. I thought Sin City 1 really good, and two not so
I
much.
would put if you
That
talk about
counts.
I would say Sin City is high on my list.
No, wow.
V for Vendetta is a good movie.
I think that's a good. I don't think it's better than this.
Yeah, I
guys
don't think
might-
it's, but
Avengers. What?
Watchmen?
Watchmen was very good.
I
Watchmen's
like
up there.
that was actually one of my
I
that
don't
was
know,
actually
I think
the ending,
right.
I think for
I
me,
wish they would have ended it the way they did. in the
I
book.
don't like how they killed Rorschach, but that's how they killed
Yeah.
in the book. So.
Yeah.
But,
No, I'm talking about the giant.
Well, they
screen.
did it
oh,
in
that's
the
stupid.
they did it in the book the same way where he
Yeah, they blasted him, but I
and
don't
it's like the
I don't agree
Rorschach
with that
testing
either.
plot.
I'm like,
Yeah, they did the same
I'm
exact
like, are you
thing.
gonna kill your Wolverine? Seriously, that's what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't like
I
that.
felt
That's the whole thing. You got to give some swerves and turns and some
Well,
of these
in his
storytelling.
defense, it was supposed to be that, and that's it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
still don't say how people say Logan was great. Logan was middle of the road. At
I
best.
thought Logan was good. I enjoyed it.
It was good, but yeah, I agree.
wouldn't
Like
say
they could
10.
have taken it in so many directions. Like
I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
I would say-
Really?
Logan to me though, you didn't need to watch any other movies.
No,
It
you
was
just
right.
Logan stands alone.
Hey, you just if you long as you know what Wolverine is, that's
Logan-
what really
Logan
pissed
stands
me
alone.
about the Wolverine movies was when Darren Aronofsky was supposed to direct the second Wolverine movie, and I was really psyched because thinking of the Black Swan and everything else that Darren Aronofsky did, and he would have made that movie fucking radical. He would have hit that rated R mark right off the bat. And Marvel's like, oh, do you want more money or you want to make your project? And Darren's just like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm like, oh, come on,
what
man.
ruined the Logan or the Wolverine franchise for me is there's not one villain. There's not one time where a strong villain was present in any of those movies.
1 and 2 were not. They're okay at best.
Yeah, and
It's a
and the
shame
fact,
that-
And
Wolverine
my
could
joke,
get a
my
good
joke
movie.
was the only reason those movies do so well is
It's
because Hugh
Wolverine.
Jackman carries it as Wolverine.
Yeah.
and don't
the only-
forget
and I
Deadpool
made
too.
I made a
Oh
joke
shit!
that was terrible.
Yeah, it was shit.
I made a joke going into the theater, not knowing what was happening. I said the only way this movie would be fine is if somehow they did Wolverine versus Wolverine because there's
Yeah.
every villain they've ever tried fucking sucks.
They could've
Samurai,
did-
And they did
Samurai.
Wolverine versus Wolverine. Yeah, so
Yeah, they could have did a lot more with the franchise. I would have said like even throwing an Omega Red in
I-
that
I
series
would've
too.
loved-
Saber
would've
Tooth is
been
good,
alright.
but that one was okay.
I would have loved just one time if you would have put a suit on him.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Could do it at the very end. They did that
Question.
stupid teaser screen.
yellow or brown or blue and yellow.
I like the yellow and brown.
Yellow and brown. Fair enough. I like that too, but I'm
I
so
think-
used
I
to
think
remembering
on-
blue and
I
yellow.
think if you're giving to me, if you're going to give me a darker, grittier rated R Wolverine, you're
The
gonna
brown.
Give me brown and yellow.
Fair enough.
If you're going to give me X-Men as a team, you're going to give me a full
Like
X-Men
a dark,
movie.
like dark blue,
Then I want
like a navy
I
blue.
want,
Yeah,
I want the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
freaking right. I like.
They
Yeah,
could've
I
did it at
agree
least
with you on
once,
that.
just
Yeah,
once.
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, they will
maybe.
in a couple years.
Like I
Or
said,
whenever.
if you're gonna do another X-Men movie, let's go back to like '92, the cartoon, and go from there. And just
Yeah, that's what
Morph,
everyone loves.
Cyclops, just have them
Chris
all together.
Claremont,
and
man,
run
that's
with
the way
it.
to go about it. He made the X-Men into like, yeah, of course, in the 60s way back
Now,
when.
if you
but-
get a rebooted X-Men movie right now,
Ooh,
is Wolverine in your first movie?
Yes,
you gotta.
you
I
have
don't
to.
think
You
I would.
gotta.
Yeah,
I would go.
Unless
do,
you make Wolverine movie first.
I would do original X-Men cast,
Mhm.
like how they did in the comics.
Yeah,
Like the first class, and then I would slowly work.
everybody else.
I would slowly work like your Wolverine into it. Like I would end the first movie, like end credit scene with the
Shink.
Shink.
Yeah,
I would say that the X-Men movies.
I would
even
say
at some
skip that.
aspects.
They're already the X-Men, and it starts.
No more origin, just go right
Yep.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish more superhero movies would honestly do that.
because
Is it-
well, we know the X-Men.
It's
Like
some
the,
aspects.
if the Batman comes out, I don't give me another origin.
I don't need.
Oh
it.
my
I don't even
God,
need a
yeah.
flashback. We all
No.
know
Yeah.
Who would be your
Yeah.
villain
If I were to make a
of the Batman?
the ventriloquist.
am I getting a fresh thing on this, or am I still in the DC universe? they've
No,
already
because
tried to
it
create?
doesn't
You get a fresh
exist.
start. Who is your villain of choice for the first one?
Excuse me.
First one.
Can't be the Joker though.
Honestly, I'd make a Hush movie. I'd go Hush or I'd go Deathstroke.
The problem with Hush, you have to put everybody else in.
Deathstroke would be a good. That'd be a good film. Or
I'd
even
go
like
Deathstroke, or I
not Will Smith's Deadshot, but Deadshot.
I hear our let's go year one. Let's go Riddler.
Okay,
Year one Batman movie. Riddler.
that'd be fine because he's big one.
Mhm.
Or Penguin, they haven't done Penguin.
Now,
in
what do
so
you think it
long.
would take to get
Danny
under
DeVito is
red
the only
hood
good
into a
Penguin in my
live-action
opinion.
movie?
What?
Now, what do you think it would take to get under the red hood into a live action movie?
I don't think it'd be hard because I think DC.
It's very
would be-
hard because Robin has to die, and then their Robin has to come.
I don't think it'd be
Unless you explain that in 10 minutes.
DC could pull it off because they would be more adaptive to go with the stronger rating to get the movie.
I
Have you
would
ever seen the
say-
cartoon movies? Really good.
I'd say go into like the show and then make it a full-fledged movie for people that actually like it, and then have the people that watch a show tell their friends what it's
Honestly,
going
if
on.
I'm DC, I don't make movies anymore. I literally,
I mean television shows.
I would
pretty
go,
much.
I would go Netflix.
I
route.
agree.
Yeah, consider movies.
No.
Wonder
Woman,
because
Shazam, and Aquaman.
look
are
at
bit-
Smallville.
the only
CW.
real successes
Television,
outside
not
of,
Netflix.
done.
their
It-
connected
perfect.
universe.
CW, not Netflix.
I would
For
do.
DC,
I would.
they're killing it.
Yeah,
I would never want to take it away from CW. I would give them stuff.
Not every character would work on the CW.
Maybe not, but
Not every character would work on the CW.
Yeah.
You couldn't make a Batman CW show.
No.
we're gonna make a Batwoman one.
what do you mean?
I mean,
Maybe?
Gotham just wrapped.
I was gonna say
Yeah, Fox. did
CW.
that.
Yeah, that's
During
Gotham. That's not a
no,
Batman
no,
show.
no, no, no. CW in the Flash, they reference Batman and they go to Gotham, and you see on top of one of the things because it's a 2-part episode, so I didn't see the Arrow episode for it. But they see a shadow of somebody on top of the building with a cape flowing.
Yeah, it's
I think it's Batgirl.
Yeah, it's Batwoman.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's Batwoman. It's
But
gonna be-
still,
She's getting her own show.
they could do that.
you couldn't make a
I think you
if
could.
Batman's your standalone, unless you make it so fucking cheesed up and cartoony and fucking bubblegum like the other shows are. I would not watch
It
a
would have
Batman
to be the
CW
same
show.
vein as the other ones.
And then look at it this way: it has a
Because Arrow
66
tries to be like we're edgy and we're cool, we're tough, but that show is so bubblegum and it's annoying. The Arrow is
Yeah.
horrible.
I like-
It's horrible.
One I liked. I thought season 2 was very good. 3 was very good. 4 starts going off, and then I think
Once
downhill.
they got in, I reluctantly watched season 1, 2, and they got to the Ra's al Ghul, and he's like, I want you to become the next Green Arrow, to be the next leader of the League of Shadows. I was like,
Well,
I'm done.
Batman doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm done. Because that show, the whole time I was watching, like this, they literally said, "Can we make a Batman show?" No. Can we make an Arrow show but use all Batman villains? Sure.
Can we make it as close to Batman as we
Yeah,
can?
because can we copy your homework but change the name?
Yeah,
That's literally
Now, is it Ra's al Ghul or is it Ra's al Ghul?
Ra's al Ghul,
they
yeah.
say
Ra's
both
al
ways.
Ghul, Yeah,
Yeah.
you could go both ways.
Some writers said it's Ra's, some say it's Ra's.
Yeah.
So I like Ra's.
I
Flash.
mix them up.
I enjoy Flash. The only issue I have with the Flash TV show is
Is
his
they keep
head.
bringing that character back?
What character?
Wells.
Oh yeah, I kind of like.
I
that
like
though.
Wells.
Yeah,
No, I don't mind.
he's
that
a
at
good
all.
actor.
I don't mind Wells at all. I think Wells is one of the highlights of the show because his acting is very good. I just don't like the way the character Flash's head looks in his helmet.
No,
He looks like a bobblehead.
I don't like that. All the
It's
bad,
horrible.
all the
looking.
main bad guys are also speechless.
Yo, his head is like
Yeah.
he's like,
Well,
hey,
except for the one season.
I was gonna say-
and then he just has this dome. He looks like he's
Bobblehead.
wearing.
Well, you know why? Probably because he has a big head.
he
Now,
doesn't.
you guys have
Yo.
watched Gotham before, right?
I only watched a couple episodes.
If you would have
Did
said
you
that,
see any of the episodes of Cameron Monaghan as the Joker?
No.
Yeah.
I know they were doing 2 Jokers
Yeah.
or whatever. Now.
He's really good.
He was a Joker, but
He
he wasn't the
deserves
Joker.
an opportunity to at least portray the character.
He
I
did.
think so.
beyond that.
He did on Joker. He did on that show.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I mean
beyond
further.
beyond the show.
You couldn't.
Why?
Is that what was his name? Was
Why
his name
not?
like Ralphie or something?
Because you would have to if you just let
Jeremy
hey,
or
Jeremiah,
because you
yeah.
played in this show, we're gonna put you in this one. I don't think it would translate very well.
Why?
It just
They
wouldn't
do
translate.
that shit all the time.
No,
What was
but
that?
how? When? When do they
I
do it?
bet you I could find a place where they've taken.
Show me
from
where
one
they
to
where they
another.
played something that was in a completely different universe, where they used it and then put them in this in a completely same.
Their show's done.
Give me an example.
Who played the original?
No,
Green
that's what I'm
Goblin
saying.
first
But their show's
Batman?
done. I could see if they
what's his
were
name?
fighting at the same time.
So you would make a brand new.
Okay,
a
that
brand new.
guy, Manson.
I can't think of his name. It's something I can see his face.
But
Both.
Who played
That's
the
a
original
realistic.
Green
That's a
Goblin
real
first
person.
Spider-Man?
That doesn't
When
matter.
the
Yes,
first
it does. No,
Spider-Man,
it doesn't.
The
James
same actor's
Franco.
playing the same
No,
character.
No, that was the
Different-
Sons.
Oh,
It's-
Willem
he-
Dafoe.
he's
Yeah, there you
playing a
Willem
real
Dafoe
person.
could be a perfect Joker.
I would.
I
Yeah.
think he's too old looking.
Yeah, too.
You would have to do Batman for maybe Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want Joker to be
100%.
old looking.
Batman Beyond.
Would you do Michael Keaton reprise his role as
Jack
Bruce
Nicholson
Wayne?
looked old as
Oh,
shit.
for Batman
I would
Beyond,
act-
yes.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
For Batman Beyond.
Let me hear that. Let me hear
I would
that.
look. I would look possible. This is just.
I want to
just a
hear it. I
theory.
want to hear it. I'm going to be open about
There's
it.
2 people that Michael Keaton can play in Batman Beyond that I'd be okay with.
Old Bruce.
Old Bruce
Yeah, that's what he meant.
or old
Yeah.
Joker
Yeah, that's what he meant. Old Bruce.
or old
Yeah.
Joker.
I meant old Bruce Wayne for Michael Keaton.
I would be more intrigued to see him as the Joker.
I don't know.
Tell me right now, and with a straight face, that Michael Keaton is not one of the best method character actors you've ever seen in your life.
Doesn't in Batman Beyond though? Isn't the Joker like displaced in time
but
and like it's
I don't
it's
know.
actually the real
I'm just
Joker?
so familiar
I forget.
with them with
Or it's a clone or
well,
something.
Batman.
I
Batman
would.
Returns.
That would be an interesting take on
Why
it.
not give Mark Hamill a shot at the Joker, like physically?
Because
Yeah.
he's too fat.
no,
He's
no
too
way,
fat.
Just being honest.
no way. He
It
doesn't
looks
even
all
look
right.
like a
When I
Joker
went to that
character.
live
At least
show-
you can. At least you could get Keaton.
Have you ever seen
Down
Mark
the-
Hamill as a trickster?
Yeah,
The
I like that. I
Flash.
like that.
On
Now
the
paint-
Flash.
Now, exactly. Now, paint his face as a Joker would
Yeah.
have
It's
worked.
the same character.
Yeah, it's exactly the same
It's the
character.
same character, Tony. It's exactly. He even
No.
uses the same voice.
No,
He does.
It's similar.
It
but
does.
it's-
That's
it's
exactly
Joker-
what it
It's
is.
similar. It's similar, but it's not the Joker voice.
opinions.
It's similar.
I think on his live show he said that. He's like, it's just a Joker.
Yeah.
he tones it down though.
Not really. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Because
Here we go.
Yeah,
But
it's the Joker
Did
voice.
you ever-
Yeah.
60.
Did you ever watch his physical facial expressions when he's playing the Joker?
Yeah, but you never get
Okay.
to see it because he's a cartoon.
No, but I'm saying
He
if
reads
you
it.
watch it, when he doesn't just read. When he's doing the video games, he squints his face and he turns into this maniacal Joker
Okay.
character. And the
That's
trickster, he's like,
fair.
"Hey,
that's like trying to tell him not to get into the
However-
character he's been playing for over 20 years.
Right.
I'm just saying."
As an
he
actor,
may use the Joker's voice in aspects, but he doesn't go full Joker with the trickster.
Well, maybe not full, yeah, but it's like
What about the
Yeah.
dude who voiced the Batman from the original
Kevin
animated
Conroy.
series? Yeah,
Kevin Conroy.
let him play old Bruce.
that would
in
be okay.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm
Beyond.
okay with that.
That might be too old, Bruce.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
Bruce
gonna.
And
He's-
why? We have CGI. We can make him younger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No,
That's
the
what
only
he's
thing,
all talked about last week.
the only
Old
thing,
Bruce is in his 80s.
the only thing with
Not
old
really.
Bruce though,
He's more of
even-
his
Oh, Kevin
70s.
Conroy.
No, in Batman Beyond.
even,
Oh, he's like
even if you're getting
old.
old Bruce,
70s.
you cannot put a 145-pound man, old man, to play old Bruce.
Yeah.
Because Bruce
Kevin
Wayne,
Conroy's a little
yeah,
thin.
and old Bruce is still like, hey, if you've broken this back cave
Still
right now,
broad-shouldered
I would
and
fuck
all.
you up.
Just like old Bruno Sammartino. He's old guy, but he's still pretty big.
You would
Yeah.
you would have to cast someone who's a little.
Mhm.
That would be the only reason with Michael Keaton. I love Michael
Yeah,
Keaton
but
as
he's,
Batman.
he's skinny.
He's skinny. Even Michael Keaton as
I
Batman.
know you'd kick anybody's if I can kick anybody's ass
No,
as an actor.
I shouldn't
as this
be able to
character. Yeah,
look at
that's-
Batman
I know,
and think
I
I
know.
can beat him up.
Yeah.
I know. We
That's
we
what-
go through this all the time.
But I'm just saying. So if you cast it,
George
even
Clooney.
like Michael Keaton,
No.
Michael Keaton at the peak of his physical condition was probably when he played Batman,
Yeah.
and he still wasn't
yeah.
impressive. So now you're going to give me old man Michael Keaton to play old man Bruce, and even in the comic he was broad-shouldered, bigger. You would have to put him in the suit that they put the guy in Umbrella Academy.
Or like Shazam. He's
Yeah.
a little guy.
Or put him in the what's his name suit that for Hellboy. Where
Oh, yeah. I heard that new Hellboy bombed.
Yeah,
I heard
I actually
that.
heard. I
You
heard.
I
see
didn't
the
get
one
to see
movie
it.
theater up the line actually put it as Heck Boy. on
Yeah.
I
that
seen that
billboard.
somewhere. I was like,
In
come on.
Tennessee,
Like, how
I think.
how
Yeah.
ridiculous is that?
But the thing is with the
mean,
Hellboy,
no.
I heard if you're a Hellboy comic fan,
You like it?
you enjoy.
And
the
I've never
movie.
read a Hellboy comic ever. I've seen the first 2 movies.
All right.
We ran extremely long.
Yeah, we did. It's all right though.
We got 3 people in the.
Yeah,
they were locked in.
They're locked in, and we got 5 likes. That's pretty cool. Let's wrap up here, and here's what I want you guys to do. In the Facebook page, or if you're part of the IWEP family, I want you to come up with a topic for us for next episode. You see, we'll think something new we did for this episode. I'm gonna go.
Still screams no.
I'm gonna go back and redo some of the other episodes. We're no longer just gonna do interviews. You listen. So we're not gonna. I'll no longer do the things that weren't cool in high school. Episode 13. We're gonna have whatever our topic of the show is going to be episode 14. And then our topic.
Okay.
So we're gonna keep our structure. So we're gonna have the news or stuff that came out. We'll kind of brush through it to talk about it.
One core topic that we're gonna talk about in that episode.
Yes, and then at the 45-minute mark, we are gonna go hard on the topic and do that. So like tonight's topic was Endgame. We went very hard on that. So we're gonna continue that tradition from here on out.
Very interesting.
I don't want one thing.
Something else.
Ben, you got anything to plug?
I got something to plug. I found the Infinity Hop, so we're gonna be doing some banging beers and stuff
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks,
Mother's
so it's gonna
Day.
be pretty fun.
Mother's Day, May 12th.
It's gonna be the mother of all episodes.
May 12th. You're gonna
This
see
shit can't write itself.
Yeah, Bangin' Beers Infinity Hop episode, May 12th.
And it's gonna be fun. Fun on a bun. We're
Right.
bringing like
Hopefully they're
5
good.
guests.
Hopefully they're good beers. Like if you crack open, well, this was bad. Well, this was bad too. Like
Yeah, so we're gonna have that episode. And we'll announce it now. So it's gonna be us 2 on the mic. We're gonna have Amber. We're gonna have Matt Sprague.
who's Amber?
Amber Dayton Eddie Collins.
Oh,
And
okay.
and I have one other person lined up. I don't if they fall through, you're gonna fill in.
All right.
Ooh.
He's gonna fill in. But the other person is I have one other person lined up who I know watched a lot of Marvel movies, and they would be a good topic. Amber's not a big Marvel fan, and I booked her because I thought they were all sours, and they're not.
Oh.
So,
Is
but
she a big sour beer person?
she is.
Well, that was under the impression that they were all sours. We didn't know.
Yeah. So
We kind of spoiled it anyway.
yeah, sour. But if they're not all sours, then I may
Well, they don't know what we have.
I may bump Amber and do somebody
You know,
else.
she sits down. She goes, "I've never watched one ever."
That's pretty much what she kind of already told me that.
Oh, well,
Well, I kept her on because there's all 7 sours.
Oh.
And she really likes sours. But if there's not all sours, I'm not going to put her through beers I know she's not going to enjoy. When I can give her an episode,
Yeah.
we can really hook her up with sours. So there's maybe some adjustments
I
with
might
Matt.
even hook her up with a porter too. So
Yeah,
I thought it was saying
travel
something dirty there.
But Matt Sprague is going to be definitely on the show because he's into all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
And he's a Marvel guy as well. So that's it. What do you got to plug?
Nothing right now.
Nothing?
Because I'll
Wait
save the
till
rest of them
tomorrow.
for the wrestling show.
Yeah. So tomorrow
Yeah.
wrestling show. Tune into that.
Yeah. Turn out that podcast tomorrow. Yeah, there
talk
we go.
about Andy, love Andy,
Yeah,
support Andy.
that's right.
There we go.
Nikolai, what do you got?
Don't forget about the pins.
Yes.
So if you have the answers to those questions, send them to us, and the first person who gets them right will get.
That in front of the camera.
The
It's not
pins.
going to work. It's not
So
gonna work.
for the gauge
Oh,
pin,
that right? No, it's okay.
That's terrible.
for the gauge pin, your question was, in case you missed it, what horror movie in 1994 did the actor that played Gage play in? And for the Andy pin, during the box episode, we asked Andy what kind of pets he had, and he told us at one point he had a turtle. What was the name of that turtle?
All right, there's your questions. You have literally 12 hours to put a comment in, and if we don't get it in 12 hours, we're going to go to the IWEP family page and put those questions in. Also, we have 1 ticket for Brewfest. If we can't give it away on this Sunday's beer show, we're going to do the same thing. Go to the IWEP page. So if you're a member of that page, there's 300 strong. You have perks for being in that page. So check that out as well.
Cool stuff.
The only thing I plugged is the stuff in the beginning. If you're here, please like and subscribe. We need those subscribers up. All right. Thank you. Go ahead.
This Sunday, first Sunday of the month, always it's the Ambets in Pottsville, 1300 Seneca Street. Their monthly breakfast, $9, all you can eat.
All right.
Is
Go
that
get,
in Pottsville, dude?
Yes.
go get food. And we'll probably plug that again tomorrow.
Starts at 7 a.m., runs till noon.
So tune in tomorrow, Tornado Talk Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Those likes are coming in. I like that a lot. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Push it.
Out.
There it is.